Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Self-Care Sunday. We got two very special guests in the building, man. You go by Shaynestartedit now, right? Shaynestartedit. AKA DJ anyone, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then we got motherfucking DJ Lugz up in the motherfucking building, man. We got two really dope pioneers of some different styles that y'all motherfuckers ain't used to out here. We gonna break the barriers, man. We gonna break barriers. This time is coming, man.
This is the year.
But yeah, man. You know, we here. I don't want to break the energy. I know I'm starting to do host shit now, but you know what I'm saying. Let's keep it going how we were. We've been rocking. We've been vibing. We've been playing music, smoking, drinking, doing all the debauchery under the sun. You know what I'm saying? We're here. It's Self-Care Sunday, guys. How you guys been? How's the week? What's new? What's old? You know what I'm saying? What's something you might want to say off rip?
Nothing, bro. Just been out here, like, just trying to spin more, right? Mm-hmm. Just trying to, you know, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Like, just working, hustling.
That's what I do. Different party energy now. I feel like
right after COVID, right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
People are on some end of the world shit.
They're ready to like lose it all.
Yeah.
Right?
They're gonna risk it all.
Right? That's how I feel. Like I feel like
everybody's about to risk it all. Yeah, they don't give a shit.
They don't give a
shit. And I'm cool with that because like I want, you know, depending. Doesn't matter. Whatever happens. If the world's gonna end, like I want it to be like
I'm in the same boat.
10. Yeah,
I'm in the same boat.
On 10.
I don't know. I'm on that point where I'm like I'm ready to like wild the fuck out. Like
especially after 2 years. Imagine like the last 2 years we haven't been able to do anything. Like last summer, kind of open but not really. Like kind of still kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
And now this year's like the first year that everything's kind of back to normal. Kind
of.
Yeah,
literally like to like a degree of like yo like. Come and dance and vibe and chill and you can. There's no restriction. There's no curfew. Nothing. Yeah. No mask even. Like come.
You get COVID. What happened? You got 5 days off.
You got 5 days.
That's it. That's the dream. That's the dream.
Literally, I'm saying.
You get 5 days.
Yeah. Your boss. I ate sick.
I got 5 days to manage my hangover.
5 days exactly.
I'm
perfect.
I wish.
Yeah.
And you're calling for more than 1 day too. It's the perfect excuse. Yo, I got COVID today too.
Yeah. Rocking on the 10 day too.
Rocking on the 10 day. I got double COVID.
Symptoms, bro.
You never know, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm not trying to pass it off.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to pass it off.
Yeah, but I think it's just kind of like weird vibes. Like everybody's trying to get back to like normal routine too.
Right.
Like, going outside, meeting people. Like, did you guys think it was kind of weird? Like the first time you like got back out too. Like it's probably been a while for us too because we've been
I've been spinning since.
For like some people, like I don't know if you noticed, but like you kind of know when it's like your first time out again. For some
yeah.
And you're like, oh,
you can see it on your.
You can feel
written.
You've never been here before. It's been a while since you've been here, and they're like just kind of like the awkward like interaction and stuff.
They don't know how to move. They kind of just cautious with everything they do, and just like or just super like to themselves, and just like you know what, come on, man, have a little bit of fun. Like
we're out again, the streets are open.
Yo, we outside. We outside. Literally, yo. Like,
outside,
no, that's been the vibe, man. I've been trying to like secure a little bit more of a party vibe in my life. You know what I'm saying? I've been more like when I started my career and doing all this shit DJing, I was like, it's a job, so I'm just gonna work and go home. And I didn't drink. I didn't do anything. Now I'm
drunk at every event.
Bro, I'm like
smoking. Best stumbling out.
Smoking up every time.
Everybody's DJing. Like, you probably started DJing like because it was fun, right? Like at the end of the day, like you know, you're just messing around. Like
not even that. Honestly, it was out of boredom.
Yeah, same though.
If you want to know, I think I told you earlier, but I was just like I went out to Toronto to do like production, and I make music. I rap. I'm an audio engineer. That's like the first thing I did, and I went out to Toronto, started a little bit of a studio, didn't work. Another one didn't work, and then the final one got the location but didn't have now the funds because of all the other ones to like build everything. So we had a little tent, soundproofed it, put all the equipment in there, and I would just spend my time in there DJing. And then I had that same kind of setup like in the garage because who I was with, my mentor, was a DJ from like the past. So I just pretty much taught myself. And then he would pop his head in and be like, yo, oh, that's sick. Oh, you're doing good. Oh, try this. Oh, takes like the computer screen away, all that kind of shit. And then like brought me along with him after a certain point. And then, a lot of people don't know. My mom didn't teach me how to DJ.
Crazy.
I came here and the first time she saw me how to DJ was Club 82 in front of everybody else same time. So literally saying, so
bro, your mom's a whole ass DJ. And
yeah.
Like, you just figured it out on yourself. That's crazy.
It was just and it was never like a goal. It was just like I got dumped. which was like the solidifying moment. So I got dumped, and More Life came out the same night.
Yeah.
I made music, so I was like, here's my music, here's More Life. Made a mix, and I felt so relieved after. I was like, this is like making a track. This is like producing. This is like audio engineering. This is like, you know, dealing with music and like, you know, that different way. You're manipulating everything. So I was like, so like free after I finished that mix. I was like, I could do this for the rest of my life.
That's crazy. Bro,
and that was it.
Really nice.
That was it.
That's a good ass story.
Yeah, that's literally like
you,
I can tell it now, and I'm like, that is a good story. But when I was first like going through it, I'm like, this motherfucker got dumped, doing that, trying to figure out his life. Like,
bro, that's it. Like, you have
it
to
worked
go
out.
through it.
Yeah.
You have to try shit. Like, that's literally the only way you're gonna succeed,
Honestly,
right? Like, you try something, all right, it doesn't work, but like, you know, if you kind of sulk on that and don't really like move from it, it's like, all right, like you're just gonna waste your time. So it's like, yeah, you kept trying, you were trying, you did this, that didn't work, you tried this, that worked. All right, bro, and you figured it out, right? So that's nice.
What are y'all starter stories, man? No, enough about me. I don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, it was just like, yeah, back in the day, literally downloads FL Studio on my dad's computer illegally, bro.
Yes,
using a torrent.
LimeWire,
bro. Mad viruses. This shit. Bro, y'all already know. You guys already know. LimeWire downloads, bro. Damn. Not even the right song.
Came with like 50 viruses on
Man's
top.
got like 60 viruses for one
that
track.
Sus Bill Clinton track, bro, that everybody downloaded. Yo, y'all already know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
All of that. So started
God.
there, right? Downloaded that. Downloaded FL Studio, just kind of messed around, and then eventually, like for my birthday one year, my mom was just like, "Yeah, what do you want?" And I was just like, "I want like a DJ controller." So I was like kind of inspired by like I was really into like EDM, not gonna lie, like back in the day, right? Like we were talking about all the Dutch boys, like that was my shit. Like I loved that stuff so hard. Like would always watch like Ultra sets, bro. Like all of that.
When was this?
So this was probably like I was at this point it was probably like 10 years ago. So I was like 14. I'm 25 right now. I'm 25 right now. So I was like 10, 15, like 10, 11 years exactly same age. Yeah. So back in the day, like that was kind of like the cool underground shit, right? Like realistically, like
at
that
the time.
dirty Dutch, like weird, like European. Yeah, you guys already know.
Yeah, of course. So my brother's the biggest like Euro trance EDM dubstep head. I heard everything under the sun.
Everything, bro, and that was my shit. So like,
because I was in like Monster Cat. Like
exactly, Monster Cat era. Hardwell was just like kind of a biggest, right, bro? I would download every single Hardwell track. Like I love this dude, bro. I love them. So
sorry, I'm gonna crazy sidetrack. Yeah. But I used to work at Urban Outfitters, and our district manager was married to the guy, one of the A&Rs who was in Monster Cat, and she had like one day she like came through.
Bro, I remember checking the YouTube channel.
She's like, ha ha ha, like. This is crazy. I got a platinum plaque in my house. I'm like, what? What? Because she had it from. Because he was the AR for Marshmallow. I think that's
okay. Yeah.
So they had like a couple platinum.
Coming up,
she's probably got like 4 or 5 now.
I literally remember checking their YouTube channel like every day, just kind of like finding new tracks and shit. So that's kind of like where it started, just like through YouTube, right? You're checking all that out, watching it, and I'm like, I want like a DJ controller. So my mom literally pulled out like. She got me the little Newmark mix track, bro. Plug that shit in, virtual DJ on the computer. So ran that. You already know, right? Ran that, practice, bro. Literally, like I'm like, and I was like, what? Probably like 14, not even like 13, right? Just messing around. Yeah. And then I DJ'd like, you remember those like teen parties? Oh, yo. You remember like the ones at Diesel? The ones at Diesel. Ultra loud. Who threw those? Yo, you already know Alizé was on there. Yo, shout out Alizé, DJ Alizé with the Diesel teen parties, bro. So I DJ one of those.
in New York right now.
Yeah, I DJ one of those.
Up relationship. What happened, man? Where you at, bro? That's what happens. Niggas get in relationships.
I'm saying, bro. So literally.
Yeah, you see. Ooh, don't be pointing at me, motherfucker.
Exposed. Literally. So yeah, I DJ'd like one of those, and then basically DJ'd once. I was hype, all good. My mom, no, you're never doing that again.
Really?
I'm like, alright, bro. Just like, yo, it's Diesel Ultra Lounge, bro. Like, you know how Sussat is literally off 118th. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, my mom used to DJ there.
I'm saying, you already know the vibe.
Like,
you already know the vibe. So like, yeah, my mom's gonna say no, bro. It's like I was probably like 14 at the time, so I did it once.
That's crazy.
Bro, did it once. Wow. Yeah, I was like, like 14, 15. It was like in like high school, like early. I was probably like grade 10, so 15. Yeah. Did it once, and then my mom was like, "No, you're not doing that." So I was like, "All right, sick. Like, never doing that again." So then I literally just like would spin in my room using the Newmark, like just whatever, practice. Graduated like university or like high school, sorry, And then throughout, not that quick. From 14 to university, imagine. Skips all that. No, so like got to high school, started kind of like producing. So that's when like in high school, because like I was like, I can't really DJ that much. So would do that on the side, but then I was like, all right, I'm gonna download like FL Studio or whatever. I had like a MacBook at the time, so started on GarageBand, whatever. Went through that, downloaded Logic, obviously, grabbed that, and then literally just kind of grinded in Logic for like a hot minute. And then once I graduated like high school, I like kind of was just like all right in Logic, where I just like put stuff up on SoundCloud or whatever. And then I had to go to university, so then like no time for any of that. Yeah. And then went through that, finished, and then after university, that's when I started DJing. So, my homie Wally, like Nwali, I don't know if you know music, exactly. Nwali, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
so
homie.
He's always,
we're gonna have him on the podcast soon. He's been wanting to come on for a minute,
funniest thing, he lives 1 block away from here.
Don't lie. I see him a lot.
He lives 1 block.
Don't lie to me.
Kensit's
mad DJs in this like area too.
So literally just like went over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Crazy.
Sorry.
Like he's that close to you.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know what? That's my bad. He's friends with everybody I know.
No, yeah, bro,
and you know what? He's the king in the city right now too.
He's
so
the boy,
that's what I'm saying.
He's the boy. So yeah, shout out Nwali. But he basically kind of like put me on because I was like, I DJ, and then when we I went to high school with him, so that's how I met him. And then he was like, I'm rapping, whatever. And he kind of just started having shows or whatever. And he was like, I need a DJ. So I just, pull up, DJ with him, make like $50, whatever. It was nice.
Damn,
Just started with the homie.
He was getting paid.
Yeah, so like he was always a homie. Like,
I ain't getting paid like
bro. So like, don't worry. We can get not paid. I was not paid other times. Don't worry. He's the boy, so he's my
I like
brother.
that, man. That's something that
everybody eats in those situations. So he would just start kind of just like would book shows, and I wasn't really DJing like that either. I was just kind of whatever doing my thing.
Right.
And then eventually he would just like he booked shows at the Common. He booked shows other places. I was kind of getting better also, so people were like, "Oh yeah, you're really nice at DJing. Like, do you DJ anywhere else?" So I'm like, "Not right now, just for shows, stuff like that." Yeah. And then literally like when it started was we had a show at I think it was 9910, and one of the managers there, his name's Clint.
Yeah, I just met him.
You know Clint.
I just met him.
He's a shit.
No, he's
an amazing human being. I can tell.
So he literally hooked me up. He was like, "Bro, you're really good." Because Wally had a couple shows there, and I was always there, right? And he was like, "Yeah, you're really good at DJing. Like, we should maybe have you upstairs sometime." And I was like, "Yeah, like I don't DJ anywhere else, so let me know whenever, right?" Yeah. He said that a couple times, whatever. Nothing happened, and then one day, I think he messaged me and he was like, "Yeah, do you want to come spin at the Common with Justin and I think it was Miller?" And I was like, "Bro, that's crazy." I was like, "Yeah, it's big." Obviously. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." It was like a Friday night, whatever. It was all good. And then I pulled up, did my set, and they were like, "Yeah, you're really good. Like, do you want to like come spin here more?" And this was like literally all happened right before COVID.
Holy shit.
So it was like pretty recent.
That's recent. That's hella recent.
That's what
Damn.
I mean. Like, I haven't been on that long. So this happened like
this happened
right before COVID because before that like
you have only been DJing for 2 years.
Out.
But how long have you been like touching tables?
Touching tables since I was like 14.
Okay, yeah, right.
That's what I mean.
So that was like tables, like you were like learning turntablism at that
literally
point.
Literally from like 14 until I was like probably like 23.
Okay. That makes a lot more. That makes a lot more sense.
In between there, I'm also making music just on Logic and stuff too, right? So I'm like just kind of like learning everything about it.
I'm thinking, I'm like, if you were only DJing that time, I was like, you two should have crossed paths like before, right?
100%.
Then we like.
I've seen you out. Like I seen you spin at Mist back in the day.
Yeah,
like,
that was my. I opened that spot. I opened that spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you niggas, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm saying,
I don't mean to cause no controversy.
I've seen you spinning out.
I'm just saying, I didn't pay for it, but I mean, I was there at the beginning. Y'all. Run it back. Anyway, but no. That's why if you did, most people like if they did see me, that's where they did see me.
That's where I saw you.
Was like, you're January
bro,
from
back in the day, hitting the shisha, bro, all day.
I used to smoke 3 heads of shit.
I would see. Bro, have his own shisha, bro.
These motherfuckers used to think I love them because my man my main man Moji. He's I've known him since I was fucking in high school, junior high. No, people don't say main man no more.
Okay.
Can I say my man?
You was about to say some gay shit.
No. This is the same thing. Yo, this is the same thing that happened in Toronto.
I got you.
This is the same shit that happened in Toronto. It's the same shit that happened in Toronto. And I'm sitting in the back of the car. I'm like, this is my man. This is my main man. Like, what's wrong with saying that's my dude? That's my man. That's my guy. Not my. Okay, I get my man.
And I was gonna be like, you knew it.
My man.
You know why you knew it? Because you know I was gonna be like, niggas, stop. Got a gay shit.
No, because I've been through it before. That's
not wrong being gay though.
Here's the thing. Thank you. Okay, you always be pulling up that shit. Here's the thing. Okay. What was I even talking about now? You fucking me up my whole
got hit.
I don't know what I was talking about.
You were smoking 3 shisha heads. And
Mo, what were you gonna say about him? Yeah.
Your man's Moji.
Moji came through. So Moji would always come through and be like, "You good?" and bring me another head. Okay. So I'd have 3 heads a night.
That's crazy.
And that's before.
That's
I
crazy,
smoke.
Bro.
I'm trying to cut back. I'm trying to not smoke cigarettes anymore. But Moji, I'm gonna blame you. I'm gonna blame my ex, and I'm gonna blame everybody else
But myself.
for doing this shit.
If it's available, sorry.
No self-control.
That's not
That's all I'm saying.
my fault.
But enough of that.
But yeah, I was just saying. So yeah, basically that was the first time I spun out. Was just like for shows, and then met Justin. Hooked me up. He was like, "Yeah, we'll just kind of have you come through," and then COVID hit, and then I literally stopped DJing. Like it was getting to the point. He was like, "Bro, literally, I had like a booking on that Saturday that COVID."
Oh yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So I'm like,
I worked that night.
Yeah,
you were with me.
Yeah. So literally, he was like, "Yo, don't know if we're gonna do this. We'll just rebook." And I was like, "I bet COVID's like not gonna last that long. You know, probably be rebooked by then."
2 years later.
Silence.
2 years of radio silence.
Silence.
That's when you hit him back now and be like, "So when did that?"
I believe the only reason that I started to play at the Common was because during COVID, at the tail end when I saw that they were coming back, I literally was like, shout out Greg because he runs the Instagram and all that shit. I literally was like, man, it's been my dream to play at the Common my whole DJ career. It's so awesome. You guys are able to come back after COVID.
Yeah, bro, they survived.
Blah, 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 blah. I'd love to play one day. And they're like, we will do it. We will do it. And even Justin was like, you know, he's like, people just don't reach out. He's like, you reached out. I was like,
I was saying,
I was like, yes,
for real though.
I've been wanting to play forever.
How are they gonna know? Like, when do they have the time to even like hop into other spots?
No,
so, like,
never.
The whole time you're like,
here's
on
the
a
thing.
mission. All you ever had to do was ask, and it was there.
And I want to say this really quick. The thing about it is, like, when I played there the last Saturday that I did, it's like you had the Common vibes going on, which is like R&B, hip hop, super like vibey shit. Foos is going on, and that's like whoever's DJing, they have the complete vibe, whatever it is. And then downstairs at the time that I was there at 9910, it was a punk show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, this guy's hitting every democratic. You can't. So what does he give a fuck to know about what's going on anywhere else?
Exactly.
The amount of times it's like, I'll be upstairs spinning whatever, downstairs EDM show.
That whole family's so busy. Like, there's no way.
There's no way. It was a line on Saturday around the building. Where I was like, me and Greg are looking at like, holy shit, this shit is crazy.
You literally just have to show up and see if there's space.
Literally.
They're like, no phone
I'm
number.
hoping y'all. Yeah, I'm hoping.
Shout out Foos.
I'm hoping y'all hook me up when I come. Just give me a spot. Be like, man, I'll tell you in 3 days in advance, man, I'm coming. Please. Please, bro. I have not been able to sit and eat yet. Every time I pull up, it's a 3-hour wait, man. I'm trying to fucking deal with that. That's how you know that shit. Even Justin was telling me, he's like, I was trying to keep it low key. I was trying to keep it low key.
I love it, bro. It's such a vibe in there.
It is, yeah.
It is.
It's one of the dope spots for sure.
Shayne, man, how the hell did you get there?
Man, I feel like a fucking dinosaur now. Yo.
We're young. We're young.
I've been DJing for 2 years.
Okay, hold on. I've been DJing. Okay, I've been DJing for at least 5. Out and about. So is that credibility at least a little bit?
No, I know. But I knew right away. So I know. Because, like, even though I have to DJ, I still, like, kind of, like, peek. I'm, like, lurking. I'm one of those guys. I'm lurking around.
You got your ear to the streets.
I'm just gonna know. If someone's nice, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna find out.
Hey, that's what's up.
But yeah, no, shit, my story's kind of crazy. Because
please.
DJ Quake is technically, he's kind of like an uncle.
Oh, really?
So like my uncle is best friends with Quake.
Tito. Okay, so
Tito Quake, Tito Quake, Tito Quake.
My grandparents raised me, so like I literally got to watch Quake as a teenager, just sit at my grandparents' house and just play records.
Wow, isn't that crazy? This is the next week after we had Quake.
Yeah.
Yo, but like Quake was just saying like the other week, he was like, yo, I used to sit down and watch my dad play, so he thought you
literally.
He used to bring stacks of records to my grandparents' house, and they used to have house parties.
Where are these crossovers?
This is the crossover.
And you just play and like
shit, man.
I'd be like a kid. Like I was like maybe 6 or 7, and I'd come downstairs and they'd all be there, and Quake be sleeping on the ground and just records.
Yeah. Wow.
But that wasn't even my start. That was just like me, like that was just me, like getting around music, like getting around like the house party era and stuff. Because you know, like during that time, like all of them growing up, like New Jack Swing was like
big
the shit.
In,
you know, I was just like a kid growing up in it, right? And then when I turned 26 is when I started DJing. Which is weird as
fuck. That they had that much.
Yeah,
that's
that much of a gap.
No, my whole life.
So like, did you DJ at all in between that?
No. So when I was in junior high, Romeo Must Die just came out. And I remember my uncle, because my uncle's only 7 years younger than me.
Okay.
So he's like, yo, we're gonna go with Quake. We're gonna go see Romeo Must Die. Okay. Right. And I remember he's like, we gotta pick him up. So we pull up to Quake's house, like his parents' house. And I remember, you know that Montel Jordan, like, girl, if it's alright.
Yeah.
God, I come down the stairs. I'm a teenager. I'm in grade 7. Like, I'm nerdy as fuck. It's just the beat, like, da-na-na-na. Yep. And he's cutting on it. And I was like, oh, word. Yeah,
so you're the type of person that, like, you hear beats more than you hear lyrics.
Yeah, I don't
even
hear the
else?
lyrics. I didn't even hear the lyrics. I just hear the beat. And I just hear him cutting. And I was like,
that's you too.
That's what I want to do.
I feel like that's the one thing. Like when a lot of DJs, like, you know, people hear either one or two things. They either hear lyrics before they hear beats, or they hear beats before they hear lyrics. And that's the crazy thing.
And I find it's beats because beats is what moves the room, right?
Yeah.
So it's like your lyrics could be like nice and everything, and people might know it, but like realistically, like the beat is what kind of sets the vibe.
It carries the energy.
That's the thing too. Is like a lot of people like when you get into like music like that too, like. I was reading something where it was talking about like people who listen to like music of like other languages, so like if you listen to like reggaeton, things like that. Like
I grew up on all African music.
Yeah, so. you listen to the lyrics as like beats, like rhythms.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Like melodies a lot too. Exactly.
Yeah, right. So then you're like, oh shit, this is crazy. Sorry, but anyways, you
can this nigga's story, man.
Yeah. So then I heard that when I was in junior high, and I was like, fuck, man, like I really like I want to DJ, and I remember I used to bug Quake like randomly, like you know what it is.
100%.
Like, you're a DJ, and then people come up to you and they're like, what equipment do I need? Dude, I used to do
all the time, man.
Dumb shit like that forever.
What do I need to be like?
Times I did that shit. I'd send Quinn. I'd be like, "Is this turntable good?" And he's like, "Yeah, fuck." Like, obviously, this is the pinnacle of urban metropolis, guy. They don't have time to fucking talk to me.
You're like, yeah, Shayne, it's fine.
Yeah. Get whatever the fuck you want. Leave me alone, right? Oh so like, mad years go by. It's kind of the same thing. Like. I knew that I wanted to be like in entertainment, like do something in entertainment. Right. So I would like sing, songwrite when I was a kid, but I sucked. For real?
No, the bullshit.
I sucked. I was
bullshit. You suck.
I was on Canadian Idol.
Are you serious? What year?
Well, hold on. Listen. When I auditioned.
What?
Yo, listen. Awesome. When I auditioned. Because there's like judges before the actual judges.
Yes.
They were like, "Yo, you got this. Like, it's set. Like, you just got to perform in front of the big judges." And I like went out and I partied the night before.
Oh no!
Yo, Shayne, out here next, bro. Shayne,
and I lost my voice.
Right
I lost it. You're not gonna find it. Trust. Mad people tried.
You can't find it. I guarantee.
How old were you when you auditioned?
Wait, so like you still went up though?
I was 19. I was either 19 or 20.
I almost went up at the same age as you as for what is it that star that what is it like that bullshit.
I wasn't even DJ, so I wasn't even.
No, you weren't even DJ. You were just making music.
So I had nothing yet. I had nothing.
You just tried it,
okay?
I got you.
Right? So 20. I know you're trying to find it.
I'm trying to
trust me. You're not gonna find it. Trust me.
You're gonna drop something.
Off the internet.
So then, So then whatever. Like I try to get into music however I thought I'd get into it. And then I was in Nate for business. Yep. And just on a whim. Don't look for it. There was like
I thought he was looking for it, man.
He's going for it. Yeah.
I was like, don't look for it.
On a whim, like there was this guy I met this guy at work and he was like, yo, there's this DJ producer and he has a studio called Big Head Studios.
Oh yeah.
Right beside your spot.
Literally,
right?
yeah.
And I was like, oh word. So I popped up there. The man had a full studio and then he had 2 CDJs there and a mixer.
What's his name? Who's the guy who owned that?
It was
one of my boys' fucking uncles. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally
Dez,
one of
Dez.
Dez. Yeah, motherfucking Dez.
Yo, Dez.
Hold on. No. Not shout out Dez.
Before he lets it off, Dez, bless. Yo, thank you for what you did for me. I don't know what you did Dez, but thank you for what you did for me, bro.
Look at these.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can't sound like a bitch on this one. Look at these fucking floors, Dez. You built this studio with Love Jones. Look at these floors. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Why is this shit coming up like this?
I'm crying.
Yo, that door doesn't close.
Yo, Dez, shout outs to you for
this door doesn't have a knob still. This door doesn't. Des, bro, you live 2.5 minutes down. I know. I see you with the Caravana shit all the time. You
owe me some doorknobs.
Y'all making the Caravana things. You do a great job. No, you do a great job on the Caravana, but
where's my doorknob?
You fucked up the door.
Why can't I close my door, Dad?
He said that door doesn't close. Just take the doorknob off.
I'm gonna be doing construction within the next 2 years. Dad, I'm gonna be doing construction within the next 2 years. Bro, I'm gonna be taking this wall. You better be here. And you better fix these floors.
God, yo.
There's insurance. Love Jones.
Funny.
I got you, bro.
You and Dez.
I love it.
I got you, bro. I put my mom's floor.
Oh, you put in the floors? Alright, we're good. I don't need you there. Wow. All I'm saying is you didn't understand. You don't understand.
Funny shit.
You don't understand the bullshit. You don't understand the bullshit.
It's all tied in.
It's hilarious. He's the one who helped put the floors in.
That's awesome.
Into this studio.
Funny, and then as I was pulling up to your house, I was like, yo, that's Dez's spot. I'm so close. Community's so close together.
Everybody lives right
It's a beautiful thing, man. Community's so close together.
The community, everybody lives right next to each other.
This man starts throwing his fucking floor out in the middle of the street.
Fuck it up. What is this?
You can just take it to his house.
I'll pick up the floorboards and be like, what is this?
Just take a doorknob off his shit and walk it back to your house. It's 2 minutes away.
I'm telling you. If your doorknob is missing, it's Shayne's fault.
Oh my god. Yo, don't blame me, yo.
And if it's here, it's still his fault.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm like in his spot, and he's like, "Yo."
That was just nice to let off.
He's like, "Yo, why don't you just try to like DJ on it, like just whatever, fuck around in the studio, do whatever." So I'm like DJing in there, and he's like watching me, and he's like, "Okay, like try to juggle a song on CDJs, man. Like not even fucking table." Probably,
I'm sorry.
Probably 100, though. Probably 100. I don't know.
But they're best friends, so that's why I'm like, he wasn't much of a DJ.
Yeah.
Like he kind of knew like the whole like production side of things and like did that thing. But like,
yeah.
I know that they were really close and they would always do it. So it's just really weird. It's crazy. Like I'm just kind of connecting dots.
Right.
That wasn't even a shot. That was just like. That was like me like making a connection of like, oh shit, like him and he like learned how to like watch you and like you had a good teacher.
Yeah. So then I'm DJing at his house. And literally, he's just like on the spot. He's like, "Yo, you should pull up. There's a place called Graveyard or Boneyard."
Boneyard. Yeah, my mom used to. Yeah. Boneyard.
So that spot on its way out, he was like, "You should come in and play with Primetime."
Mm-hmm.
It was me, Primetime, and Dez this one night, and I played, and it was like I asked all my friends to come through, and then that was it. Like DJs know, like when you're nice. That first time you play, and it like. The crowd kind of
resonates.
So when was this?
Like, and you know,
yeah, what year was this?
Fuck, 26. I was 26, so like early 2010, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. You'll never find the video. Don't even worry. Y'all can mathematically put it together. You're still not gonna find the video. It's all good. Don't even worry about it.
I've done things.
I'll figure it out.
So I played that. I played the Boneyard.
Yep.
And then I ended up getting my own gear. Like one of my homies fronted me some money to get my own shit, and I started doing like house parties at the place that we lived at together. And then
it's crazy.
After that, I was just like a bedroom DJ for a bit. And one random night, Quake was like, "I need
a DJ."
Yeah, I need a DJ.
DJ before that?
Never saw me DJ.
Really?
I was doing like little random mixes and shit, and just like put it on SoundCloud and shit. Right. And he like listened to one, and he was like, "I need a DJ for Cactus Club." And I was like, mad nervous, guy. I've never
trust.
Other than Boneyard, I never played in a place that was like
with people.
It's Cactus. Like it was Cactus West in the high time.
Yeah, it's like it's renowned. So yeah.
As it was coming up, and everybody was going to Cactus. 100%. So he's like, "I need you to play at Cactus," and I'm nervous as fuck. I go there. My first night I'm playing, I just get a text, and it's just a screenshot, and it's like, "We want this DJ here every night." And and then I got Cactus Club that way.
Crazy.
And I was like, shit.
I love those ones.
That's crazy, right?
That's amazing.
I love those text messages or
That's
like those sentiments. They feel so good.
This is the best feeling in the world.
It's the best feeling in the world.
Fuck, like I'm an older DJ. My parents are like, "Are you stupid?" Like I dropped out of Nate business, and I was like, "I'm just gonna DJ."
Yeah.
And they're like, "You're fucking crazy. Like you're almost 30 years old. Like this is the craziest leap of faith you've ever done." Yeah. So like my grandparents and like mad people are trying to talk me off the cliff. I'm DJing Cactus. They moved me to Jasper, and one Sunday that you used to play at.
Yes.
One Sunday I was DJing, and Miller was outside, and I was like, and I used to go to Justin and Miller's nights.
That was like the
religious.
Like they were renowned.
Bro. Like the Common used to be downtown Jasper in this fucking small hall.
Yeah, 124th.
Yeah. And I used to be there every fucking weekend, and I just watched these guys play, and I was like, "I'm gonna fucking get there. I'm gonna get there."
That's literally bro. We're all in the same place. Just staring at the same pedestal.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the Common. It's gonna happen. So Miller's outside this one Sunday. He kind of walks by the booth. He's seen me out, but he doesn't know who I am. Yeah. And he's sitting outside. And I was like, "Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go crazy right now." So I just like start doing my shit. And then he comes up to the booth.
You know you did the right thing.
Yeah, he's like walking up. He's like, "Hey, yo," he's like, "What's your name?" And then at the time, my DJ name was DJ Babar, and I couldn't get booked because. Yeah.
But see, that's why. That's elephant. Just like the quick shit. Yeah. Yo,
see, he knew right away.
Malcom will not hold back.
No, but he knew right away.
DJ Babar, be real. If you saw DJ Babar,
no fucking way.
Okay, wait. There's no way. I'd be like, what Jack and Daxter game is this from?
No. I should have or a crown, like the crown, like the little crown.
Yeah, the little crown.
Yeah. I should have.
Who's Babar?
So
elephant.
Yeah.
See, you don't even know the cut. You don't even know the cut. That's why you didn't rap. That's why when he said that, I was like, nigga. Neat, bro.
That's why.
We don't want no jiggable.
Why?
My first DJ name was after like a close friend of mine. His mother passed away, and then she liked elephants, so I was like DJ Babar.
Okay.
Everybody, nobody can laugh.
So it was like kind of like so it was like always a nod to her. Like,
so now you made us feel all like assholes.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's still like, and it's all good. You know what? Even now, to this time, I'm like, why the fuck would I have done that? Like, how was I gonna get booked? Let me get this copyright ass name and then try to book through it. It's not happening. So then Miller sees me there. He goes, "Yo, do you want to play at the Common?"
Did you introduce yourself as DJ Babar to him?
I think I did. No! I think I did.
Did you change your name before?
The craziest thing is, I got residency at the Bower. Under Babar. Yeah. I pulled up at Common mad times under Babar.
The funniest part is
I got residency at the Black Dog. At the Underdog. I was DJ Babar.
Next up, we got DJ Babar.
And it worked. For mad years.
That's the funniest thing
for mad years. So then, he hits me up. He goes, "Yeah, you want to play at the Common?" And I was like, "Fuck,
please."
I did it.
Yes, that's the goal.
I DJ'd the Common, and I DJ'd the first night I played Common. It was with Justin and Miller.
Yep.
And then exactly after that night, I get another call. He goes, "Do you want to play for Headspin? Do you want to open up for Headspin?" That was my second fucking gig at Calm.
Best one.
That was the second gig I ever played.
That's ridiculous. Wow. The next day?
Not the very next day, but like literally the next gig was, "Do you want to play? Do you want to open for Headspin?"
That's ridiculous.
It was on the second.
I can't believe that.
That's crazy.
Fucking crazy.
I can't.
That's what I'm saying.
So I did play random club nights though with Quake and them, but it was like I was like the warm up DJ. Like I would do like the 10 o'clock spot. Like, I mean, that's how
when I started for Vince, because that was my come up, was like I started at Club 82 with Vince.
Yeah.
And then like from there it was always just, I was warming up, but I was warming up for my mom.
Yeah.
So for me it was like I was warming up and then I would start MCing. So I'd go from warm up to MC for her, and then like Vince would jump on, do his thing, and like it was just like there's always that warm up period. You got to go through that shit. Yeah. But everybody has to, you go through that, and it's like you literally learn everything you need to learn about how to fuck up a night.
Yeah, they're not. They're
gonna watch the whole night.
All the vets aren't trying to do that to you to make you a piece of shit.
They're doing it. They're literally to make you a good DJ.
They're trying to build you up to be a good DJ. And like when you're in that moment, you're not thinking about that. You're just like,
fuck, why the fuck? Well, I hate it. Honestly, for me, I don't know. For me, I knew like I was just. In the DJ world, you could look at me and say I'm spoiled, right? I come from a dad who's a DJ. He's not my like legitimate dad, but a mentor who's a DJ, and my mother who's a DJ. Yeah. So for me, it's like I never wanted to do the DJ thing, but I fell into it, and it became something I loved. And then I was able to like pick apart them and be like, okay, this is what you do. This is what you do. Like literally, I sat in a club for a year and a half in Toronto and watched my dad just shell. Room after room after room after room, and just sit there and watch crowd reaction and what he's doing. Yep. He has the microphone in his back pocket. He like pulls it out, beer in one hand, mic here, drinking beer, does this, throws it in his back pocket, mix something, do this. Crowd control's crazy. I'm like, okay, these are the elements I need to start implementing into my shit if I'm going to do it. So I was able to like study the shit, watch it, come back, like try little things, have no like repercussions. I was spoiled in this shit.
Yeah,
like,
but even like when you went from 82 to, because you went Privé after pretty much, right?
Kind of, a little bit. Yeah,
like that. Even that was like such a large transition for you, because I remember I used to go see him when he was in fucking 82, right? Yeah. So he like I would watch him do like the early morning sets.
One time.
Yeah, I used to watch him do those sets, like his earlier sets, and I watched him do it, and then like. When he went to Privé, it was like, bro, this DJ, you know, I want to do all this shit. Like, you know what I mean? His, like, transition just changed because he was like, okay, I only had an hour to do everything that I wanted to do. To going into, now I can do whatever I want for this hour. And now it's like an actual hip-hop place, and, like, I'm the best DJ. You know what I mean?
And I'm playing hit after hit, and this is what they want to hear,
Exactly.
I don't know about all that, but thank you.
I
appreciate that.
I'm a patron. I'm a witness.
But yeah, man, those times were crazy. Like come up times were like weird. Like
come up times are crazy, bro.
It's crazy.
Real,
like
and
it's crazy because like it happens so quick sometimes. Yeah. Like for you it happened quick, for me it happened quick too. It's like literally I DJ'd there once and they were like, yeah, we'll like just get you to DJ.
Like literally, you played Headspin your like
second one in. Yeah.
What was what was it after that? Like where did you go?
So I got asked to do the Black Dog.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Fab and TJ, shout out Fab and TJ.
Oh, shout out Fab.
Love y'all, man. They were like, yo, do you want to do a night at the Black Dog? And I did the Black Dog basement one time, and then the management reached out and they were like, do you want to do the basement like permanently? Because Freud was on his way doing whatever, like he was gonna leave. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah, I'll do the basement. And then I did the basement for like 3 years, and it was fucking crazy.
I remember coming there to see you actually one time.
That's crazy.
Like,
what was the time period for this?
When was this?
This is like, how many years is that? How many years ago is that? When I turned 30. When I turned 30 was my first
right, how old are you
residency
right now?
there. I'm 36.
Okay.
Yeah. So my first residency as a Black Dog.
2014. This is before
I was 30 years old.
Before I started.
And when I was playing, like when I first started playing there was nobody in the room. I remember that shit. Like for a month straight, there was nobody in the room. And then just out of nowhere, like halfway into the year, it was me and my boy Jeffrey. And I remember looking at the Black Dog, and it'd be like a lineup from one end and a lineup from the back door. And that place was fucking mashed. It was like the craziest
When
house
did you
party
start
you've
going
ever
there?
experienced.
Me? I was like around 2015, 2016. So I
I
probably
yeah,
was
so
like,
if you
because
saw
you
him
remember
in
when
the
it was like
basement, you
pitch
saw him.
black in there.
Yeah,
right?
And it was always packed. Like,
It
it was
was
next to those busy.
mashed.
It was
Shoulder to
literally because he was there.
So that was you
It
when you were
me.
there.
Oh, I was there. I sorry, like I kind of like
Yeah.
I remember
I
I
came
was looking.
because I had friends that would go there and they're like, yo, the DJ in the basement's so fucking dope. And I pulled up and I was like, yeah, he's fucking sick. And it was you.
This is like
It was literally you.
this is like early SoundCloud production.
Yes,
era.
that's why I liked it
Early
because you played
SoundCloud.
that shit.
Yeah, there was cuts.
There was so there was
there was cuts.
this was a time where I would go to the club and like I would just play like the music that everybody else played, like all the edits and shit like that. And I just had this like I just amassed this fucking folder from SoundCloud of music. And I was like, I'll never be able to play it out. And I just started playing it at
You just
fucking
say
Black
fuck it,
Dog.
yeah.
I was like,
Yo,
fuck it.
when
And
you
I just
find
went crazy with it.
when you find the one gig you can play those gigs or those songs
Yeah.
that you're done.
And my
you're
boy
good.
Jeffrey, like, and Creation, like,
Yeah,
yo,
shut up.
my boys, man, like, they were like, yes, this is the time we're gonna do this, and we just blended it with the shit from the club. So you'd be hearing like whatever, you'd hear like Drake and Future, but it would be like mixed with Sango.
Yeah,
That's mad.
Which is just
That's
the good
like,
shit.
that's why I liked it.
It was
That was my
just
shit. 'Cause it was like
oh my
SoundCloud,
God.
Sango.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, bro, I've never
remember
really
it.
heard this
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
and that was the only place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I would take like the fucking like I would take like a early Bale track, and then I'd have like fucking all day Kanye West, just the whistle over top.
Yeah.
Like I just do like random shit like that, and it would go crazy. It's fucking crazy. And
That shit's
that's
amazing.
that's what I loved about Black Dog is it was like I don't need to be in the big clubs because I get to do whatever the fuck I want here.
Exactly.
And like obviously people are feeling that, so like I just did it. The pay was like whatever. But I always just did
And
it
at
for
that
the
point,
crowd
it wasn't
reaction.
about the pay, 'cause
Yeah,
it was like you had your own night.
yeah. And
That was your first
always
night.
dope.
I was like, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah,
I love
it was
that though,
always
'cause
dope.
it didn't matter. They
Never,
just,
it
they
did,
just
never
gave
mattered.
you
They gave me
full
whatever,
range.
and they were just like, "We're gonna pay you whatever. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do.
Yeah.
Just do your
There's a
shit."
crowd,
I
there's a
love
crowd.
that.
If not, you whatever.
still
you
same.
fun and go home.
I love
So
that
we just
shit.
did it for the love. Like every night we'd pull up there, we just did it for the love, and then it just started getting crazier and crazier. And then I remember at one point I was like, "Okay, it's time for me to walk away from the Black Dog," because I was like 34. And I was like, there's just something about being,
You felt too old. You felt
yeah,
disconnected.
you know, like, shout out to the DJs that want to still do it on white at an older age, but, like, for me, I was like, when I turned 34, I was like, I don't know if I should be here.
I'm
You know
down.
what I mean?
Make sure he doesn't fuck that
At
shit
that
up.
At that time. So I was like, this is it. I'm done DJing. I did it. 34. That's the cutoff time.
Yeah.
And I end up going, Jeffrey and Creation are DJing at Bauer, and Blair caught me because I snuck in and I played a set real quick.
Yeah.
And he stopped.
He's like, who is this?
And he
Somebody
stopped,
different you knew,
he
bro.
stopped me and he was like, "Yo, you're playing here. You're the resident here." And I was like, "No, I quit DJing. Like I'm done DJing." He's like, "No, you're the resident here. You're gonna be here like all the time."
That's how you got into there.
And I was like, "Okay." So I just pulled up and I was like
Even though
a
Saturday.
resident with like Ro and like all
Was that
those
Saturdays?
guys. Friday night.
Fridays.
Yeah.
And they were
Friday
crazy
hip-hop
too, because I
nights.
came to
Bro.
see you there.
You
too,
play with
before I
Vicious?
knew you, bro.
I played with Vicious. Yeah. I
that's
played
good.
with Ro. I played with Shantu.
That's crazy.
Like mad people at that time, and then slowly it just started to creep up and then become just me there.
Right.
So then I was the
Go
resident
lower,
for,
nigga.
like,
I remember that, because then then it was just
Yeah.
you would ask me to look like you, but yeah.
3 years of being the resident of Bauer.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's one of the places I also wanted to always
Same.
play at.
Bauer was good. Yeah.
Bauer's
Bauer was crazy,
bro.
Yeah.
For real.
Shout out to Blair.
For real. For real.
When was this?
That was good.
When you were DJing?
I left Bauer recently.
Yeah, it's not that long ago, right?
When you changed
What,
it,
a
it's
year?
Second year of COVID.
Yeah.
How many-
But year
How
ago.
many,
right?
how many DJs are there?
How many
4,
DJs
5?
are there? I think probably 4.
Yeah.
4?
I'd say 4 to
Oh,
5.
okay.
4 or 5.
Trying to think. I'm like, I've been to Bauer a few times, but I feel like I don't know if I saw you there.
If it was a Friday, it was for sure me. If it was a Friday hip hop night, it was
Oh,
for
okay.
sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that was
Motherfucker didn't know how to pay attention to a DJ back in the day.
I remember people's faces, but I like don't know.
I remember your music.
As you call it.
I was like, yo, this is the only dude playing this shit in the city, bro.
Literally.
That's
Crazy,
yeah.
man.
I mean, honestly,
like,
that's
man.
I feel like in Edmonton, that's the one thing you gauge people. I only would gauge places I want to go by like the DJs, right? So like I would go to Dog because all the shit was hot.
Right? Yeah, you made Dog hot, man.
Because like I mean, yeah, I mean one of the most memorable nights at Dog was like when
what is that vape, man? You mind sharing that shit?
Of course, we're family.
Like one of those nights. I mean, like I remember the Kanye album had just come out and they played all the bangers. Yeah, it was like
that's what I like.
I mean, like the one night I went to Bauer too, like that was like heat, like remixes, like there was funk shit. I was just like, oh man, like I was like, oh man, like I gotta come back. Every time I went back after, it was not as good. And it was like EDM shit because I think I went on Saturday.
Because it's Saturday night,
Blair like house,
right?
Yeah,
house and
like
disco,
that makes
kind of stuff. Which
Blair,
is, I've been on Saturday too. So
Blair,
Blair's
the guy who DJs at Red Sky.
Moves the whole night. Yeah, it's crazy.
Side note, what is that? Where can I buy that?
Bro, literally info was, I'll let you know after. It's literally around here. It's around here, bro.
Please, bro.
Find the counter.
Don't fuck around, bro. Let me know, bro. That shit hits different than a ghost or whatever. The fucking, what is that shit you smoke? G-Core. Yo, that should be, sidebar, I don't mean to disband so far, but G-Core is an Edmonton company.
Is it really?
Yeah, why y'all fucking my lungs up like that, though?
You had the G-Core event. Why don't you get free?
Actually, I got a lot of free G-Cores. I'm just saying, what the fuck? All right, back to the topic. Actually forgot it. Oh wait, hose money on the shit. Oh yeah, never mind.
So that was it. Like, so that was kind of the thing that I got. Every DJ kind of finds their
niche,
their people, like what they get into, and
that
was
for
it.
Me,
like,
it was bullshit.
Me, Creation, Jeffrey. It was just like we got to do whatever the fuck we want. We would play edits, and like we would always play edits in our sets, and like. We played for like Zikamo and fucking.
Oh wow, bro! Are you kidding me? He has some of the best edits,
bro. He's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Like
he has a summertime edit with Childish Gambino.
Yeah, that's nice. The weekend joint.
Oh
SZA.
yes. Are you kidding? What's that song called?
Crazy, bro.
I don't even fucking know what it's called. I know that.
But yeah,
I just see it. Boop.
This is weekend. That guy.
That was it. And like, and we
crazy,
when we were DJing, like you gotta understand, like edits weren't a thing.
Especially because it was like SoundCloud only.
Yeah, there was like club
and like remixes for like the EDM.
Yeah, there was like Brooklyn Clan. There was
literally
back in the day.
There was like the old the trap was kind of just coming out, like so there like with EDM there's like trap, but like not trap rap, it was like trap
EDM rap, like festival trap,
and that was considered edits, right?
Yeah.
So then when the three of us came in, it was like unheard of. Like K-Tronada.
And it was like
they weren't playing that
shit. A lot of sampling of that shit.
Yeah,
so it's like songs people knew, and they're like,
and playing that shit like. It's like nobody knew what to do with it, so they were just like you'd either get accepted into playing it or like.
And you were the only one. You were literally the only one playing it.
Yeah. I would come into the Common and I'd like play.
I love that.
I'd play like club stuff that people knew, and then I'd be like, "Oh, but check."
That's what I'd be doing now because like
like
because you probably set the tone for that and made it more acceptable in like people's ears. Because for me, when I came in, like the only place I could do that shit was in here.
Right.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? At home or like for my homies, or like I would try to play like one or two. I played it at Raw. I played a couple like real sick edits, and the only people that fucked with it were the servers. They're like, "What are those edits?"
Because it's different, and that's the thing. Servers and all the staff.
Servers, bartenders.
Bro, I hate hearing the same song, and they go,
"Yeah,
I know."
I tell my guys every time I'm with them. If Dylan's with me, if Joseph's with me, whoever's with me, I'm always just like, "Yo, if we're at a new spot, I'm like, my goal." Bartenders.
And you watch them jamming.
Yeah, if they're jamming,
you're good.
I don't give a fuck about anybody
else
else because they hear the same shit or they hear DJs come in all the time or they hear whatever it is. If they love what I'm doing, I win.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
because you see them jamming behind the bar, having a good time.
All they have to do is now
drinks. Everything's all good. Yeah. Everybody else in the spot's jamming too.
They're gonna be jamming regardless because now they're jamming behind the bar. They're gonna be able to get you drinks faster. They're in a groove. So once y'all are more drunk. I can play whatever I want. 1:30, you're done.
Yeah.
It's over. We're jamming to Bali. I don't give a shit. We're all jamming.
Yeah, we're jamming. Everybody's dancing.
Yeah.
So like the best part of being like the start of something like that is like when Jero Vandal came.
Yeah.
It was like a no-brainer. They were just like, "Do you want to open up for Jero?"
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Like, bro, and you met all
I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
See, you're learning this shit right now.
These are all the dudes I'm like, yo, I love them.
These are gods to us.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
These are guys we look at. We're like, yo,
like when I was DJing in my bedroom for like 15, I'm like, Jero Vandal edit. I'm like,
literally,
this is crazy.
Yeah. godly shit. And like there was very few people. There was like the three of us. Like shout out to Siku. Siku is like the oracle. He kind of put everybody on. To be honest, like from our age group,
right?
He was the one who was like, "Hey, check this sound out. Check this sound out," and then he just like gives you the.
I've never met him.
You need to find your way.
I've never met him. Which is you gotta hook me up, man. I gotta meet him. We gotta have him on.
He's like godly, bro.
He's godly, bro. Like,
you never come. There's nothing for a little bit.
Yeah, there's like a couple times this year where Siku was like, "Yo, have you heard this?" And I was like, "I have it before you," and he's like, "You're learning." And
no
like,
way.
It only took me 10 years. Yeah. I was like, wow. You know how gassed I was when he told me?
That's crazy.
And then when he gasses up to you, he's like, that's fire.
You got there before me. And I was like, wow.
Take it, bro. Craziest story. I met Sekou when I was in Toronto. There was this low key show, like just like at some like warehouse. Me, Wally, and like his homie Nick, our homie Nick pull up. Yeah. And like we pull up to this like warehouse show. It's like Sekou's upstairs DJing. It's just like dark, like just red light inside, and he's just going hard, like playing like Ikani or whatever. It's just like all that. I'm just like, who is this guy? And like this is Sekou. I met him, and I was like, bro, you're the guy that everybody talks about. It's
bro,
crazy.
Fuck that. We need to start throwing warehouse parties.
I'm down,
that, bro.
Yo, let's go.
All right, let's talk.
Let's talk after the
summer is the
way. Yo, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Like that was the early times.
That's
like,
what we were trying to do now.
I'm ready, yo. I'm ready for that shit.
Like just like before Falcons got big and shit.
Yeah.
That was like the time, man. So like when you were digging back then, not too many people had it.
No one did.
Right?
Yeah.
Now everybody kind of has access to it.
They can find it. They can look into it.
So
they
you gotta
can
make
see.
your ghost account.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. My SoundCloud. I don't think many people know about my SoundCloud, which is nice. So I'm able to like. I don't like it either. Like I don't put anything in my likes. I'll literally just as I find, I download, and that's it. Yeah. So even for me, if I lose my shit, I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying?
I never liked it, yeah.
That's where it's like I just back up. He has my SoundClouds. I think another dude has it. I think you have my SoundCloud. Like I make sure all my dudes have it so that if I lose all my shit,
I used to
run it back.
I used to do it the same way you did, and then one day I like pulled up. Me and Siku were hanging out, and I like looked at his you know how you can make playlists.
Yeah.
And the man had like hundreds. I kid you not.
Like private ones.
Hundreds of private playlists.
Oh yeah.
I have private playlists.
Yeah. I don't have any.
I do because then I'm like, shit, now you don't know what I'm listening to. I don't like them, and you don't see them.
Mad organized too. Like
smart guy.
That's why I'm stupid. I need to do that shit for sure. I need to do that shit.
Man's been doing it since like SoundCloud, like since K-Tronado was on SoundCloud, so you can imagine what his library.
Like those low key, bro. I remember K-Tronado was like.
I don't even know. Like, okay, hold on. Can you break this down? Who is he? How old is he? Where is he from?
He's the same age as me. I think he's from Montreal.
You don't even know his name. You don't even know his age, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know his name?
I don't even.
What's his real name?
The funny thing is I don't even know how. It's like weird because if I had to go back and think about how I met him,
you couldn't even.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I feel like everybody that meets Sekou, it's like in the weirdest way.
Yeah.
Like I met this guy in Toronto. He's from here.
Honest to God,
from Montreal to
remember how I met him.
I was like, that's when I met him.
But I do. The one thing that I always remember from him, aside from like working with him, like I make edits with him now, but like aside from that, like I remember him putting me on artists on SoundCloud. He'd always send me shit, and it'd just be like, "Oh, like have you heard this?"
Yeah.
It was the first time I heard Carmack.
Oh yeah, Mr. Carmack. Yeah.
He put me on Mr. Carmack, and it was like,
yeah, he's a fucking beast, bro. Beast.
But you never knew, like. You
wouldn't find it. Yeah.
How would you know how to
find it on SoundCloud?
Like, in the start, they're just figuring out the sound,
literally,
and you're trying to process what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, they're like, this is so fresh and new, but it sounds so good, and you're like, what the fuck? I don't know how to interpret this.
How do I incorporate this? Like, how the
into
fuck
my
do I
set?
do this?
Yeah. Who else would
where
enjoy
people
this?
are gonna enjoy it,
and then it's so low key. You're like, who would really enjoy it? You look, there's like
that's why like
views, sick.
That's why I fucking I envy like once you have like a DJ name. Like these motherfuckers that do headlining shows and do festivals and like nobody can tell Craze what to play or Jeff or you know any of these motherfuckers that have a renowned name. It's like that's when you like Joe K like that motherfucker sit there and dig and play every edit. He'll make his own fucking reverb, slow mode, fucking versions of whatever he wants, and doesn't matter what. Those motherfuckers are vibing. But that's like to the point where you're like you're not even like it's not even they're there for the DJing aspect. They're there because they just love
Because they know the sound's gonna be nice. Everything's gonna be perfect.
They know that you are just going to provide.
You're gonna, bro. Like imagine, like, okay, for us as DJs, especially because we play the same music all the time. But imagine if there was a spot we would go to and someone would put us onto music. Like, tell me, bro. Every time you go out, you're just
tell
like,
me,
what is this?
If someone put me on, like every time I went out, if someone was like, if we had spots like that,
I'm saying,
but we don't in Edmonton.
It's a
sad spot. Like as much as we have places that provide for what people want, we have those, which is great. Yeah. We don't have places that are teaching and that are improving and that are maybe pushing boundaries and maybe might lose in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You might lose in the beginning, but you got to cultivate a crowd.
Yeah.
And a lot of places aren't down to like continue that consistent push of like, oh, people don't know that this is here yet. Exactly. That's the main thing.
You know, the one thing that I learned in COVID was like how detached our DJ culture in Edmonton is versus everywhere else in the world.
So detached. Like that's why I love like vibing with y'all and like Justin especially because he's out here like throwing his reins into like everybody.
He's like, here, take it and run with it, and you're like,
and then he'll pull people from internationally or he'll pull people from like across fucking the province or across Canada or whatever. And like that shit is important.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man. Like when you look at the Bay Area DJs, like when you look at any of their
Espinosa.
Nights,
bro. And they get together,
the whole community comes out. It doesn't matter if the DJ's fucking 46 years old. It doesn't matter if the DJ's 21 years old. Yeah. The crowd is all there and they're all enjoying the music, which is like the most important part.
And they're there for the music. They're not, they're like, it's like I'm gonna go have a good time, jam out to music, and it's like they're not gonna walk up to you to the DJ and ask for a request.
So the Bay is like literally DJ heaven because you can DJ till you're fucking 106 years old and they're always gonna respect you.
Yeah. But I think the thing is with like places like that though is like the culture is really
tight knit. It's tight
right, and that's the thing that I feel like here it's like, you know, you guys talk about edits like I know what you're talking about. I used to love edits, but I couldn't talk to that with anybody else. I'd be like, oh well, I love that new Ed Sheeran song. Or, you know what I mean?
That's the thing because like personally, I play edits when I'm out. He plays edits when you're out, and it's like sometimes they work. But it's like a lot of times you play an edit and it's like, yo, it's fire. Like, dopest edit.
You know it's fire.
Crazy edit, right? Yeah. Even you might have played it for the homies. The homies still crazy edit. But then you play it out and it's like, for some reason people don't know it, even if it's a popular song that like everyone knows the lyrics to. And it's like, they can't like process, they're like, this isn't the same song. And you're like, bro, well, like.
That's an Edmonton
and the thing is too, is like, I feel like with Edmonton, it's like, if it's not like, an EDM full remix, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not the 4 on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? If it's not like a huge, like super crazy like remix where like it's obviously
and
very different.
Yeah,
like people don't get it. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing too. Where I used to go to Dog, like it was like top, bottom, whatever. It was like there was these remixes that were being played that were like, oh, yo, this is like a smooth jazz over such and such a person. You know what I mean? Like you were like, this is crazy because like I would never
hear this.
Put these two sounds together, but like this person just found this mix for me. But like, I feel like Edmonton is like
Shayne. Shayne found it. Spent hours finding that.
Shayne found it.
There was never.
Shayne started it. Shayne found it. Shayne found it. Shayne started it. Shayne did a lot of shit, man. Fuck up, man.
Honestly, like, it's not even I like really appreciate when people like reach out and they're like, yo, like. You did. I literally did nothing.
No, but
the only thing
I know that you
was,
feel like that.
Blend it together, but like, there's mad people that are part of.
Of course,
creating that.
Of course.
It's a huge deal for
everybody.
You and
Chris, man.
Like I remember even in high school, like I would, like that was when I was digging on SoundCloud, and I would just like play shit at like my high school or whatever, and people would be like, "Yo, what is this?" And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's like some like random like Lido remix or like Oshi remix, right? Like, back in the day, right? Like all them like they would slap and they just be so different, and I'd be like, yeah, like that's what it is." And I'm like, yeah, like you like. Because I think also the thing is like, music's just so quick nowadays that like everything kind of sounds repetitive, right? Yeah. It's like all your
and you're on to the next.
It's on to the next. It's like, okay, you could know like the catchy hook for 30 seconds, but then after that, like you listen to it once and then maybe you'll hear it out.
You're gonna pick the same drum samples. You're gonna do like whatever, like for
production
radio.
For like radio. Exactly.
Radio's a different.
Yeah, and then when you go out to it, it's like you kind of do need to play music for the crowd, right? So it's like, okay, what do most of these people like listen to? It's like. They're listening to that top 100 playlist on Spotify, and then you go through it, and you're like,
God damn it.
Like, it's more like top 10 for DJs. You know what I mean? You're like, sick. There's 10 songs I like on here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, DJs, man. Like, I gotta be honest with you guys. Like, for people that love music, man.
We hate music.
We don't like
music. We hate music. The people that love music so much
hate. Bro, there's like such a small amount of music we actually genuinely enjoy.
Like I feel bad. I feel bad about this. Like to even admit this on a fucking podcast, but like. We are not listening to music the way an average person turning on the radio is going to listen to music.
Not at all. If I were to play the music I listen to on a regular basis for a room, they would walk out. Bro, nobody would be there. Yeah. I'd be listening to Nat King Cole, 50s music, fucking some bachata, some fucking, some stupid ass rap shit. Some like, people would be like,
some crazy weird SoundCloud.
Literally, they'd be like, what the fuck is this?
So some of these places where you like you have a DJ and you book the DJ, like realize that the DJ is like doing work, man. There's a 90% chance he doesn't even fucking listen to the shit that he plays.
110.
Yeah,
I don't
literally.
That's my life.
And his job is literally to come in, look at people, literally watch what they do, and play a song and be like, this song's gonna work. That's his job.
That's literally.
Think about how hard that is.
We don't play.
I don't know who these people are walking.
You don't hire us because we have a batch of music.
No. That's
I hope you realize that you don't hire us.
I can give you this
because we decided to download a shit ton of music. That's not why you hired us. Just because it's like, oh, you come up to us and be like, you have this song, right? No, that's not why you hired us. You hired us for the reason of like, I can curate a playlist based upon the maneuvering of the room and based upon whether you want bar sales or not. Because like
people dancing.
Literally,
I can figure that out for
this Saturday I played at a spot and I was just playing edits. Yeah. I was playing mad edits. One of the managers comes up, can you play something a little bit more mainstream, a little bit more like this is way too slow, way too whatever. And I looked at her, I'm like, of course. And the next song I just played a mad EDM banger, played another one just for the rest of the night, I played it like it was a fucking wedding. I just played straight bangers and bangers. I was like, I stayed in my pint folder. I didn't even leave my pint folder. For the rest of the night, she's like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. She's like, people are spending money and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I know. I'm like, I know what... I'm like, one homie told me to play like how I want to play, and now you're telling me to play like this. I'm like, I understand your bar isn't doing well, so this is what we do. We literally maneuver and manipulate the crowd to spend money and dance and do this and do that and do that.
And
like,
that's what I mean. You control the room, which is crazy.
Literally,
you could be like, I'm gonna clear the dance floor right now. Like you can see the room's getting tired. You go, people are gonna go get a drink. I'm gonna play this song. People go to the bar. You go, okay, people have been at the bar for 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna play this song. People are gonna come back. Okay, people are dancing. Like we can literally figure that out. See, and, like, that's what they don't understand.
That's the difference.
They're like, no, he just comes and plays music off his laptop.
Exactly.
No, my G, I do a lot of different.
But that's the difference, though. That's the difference because as a DJ and as a good DJ. You only see your set.
Especially as a good DJ,
You only see your set. They see every shitty set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for them, they're just like, oh, okay, like most DJs just come and they play music and they play and play and play and play and they'll kill the dance floor, but they'll still play and play and play and play and never get it back. You have to have this like little bit of a lull period, roller coaster effect, and we're giving you all the tidbits right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But, like,
if you want to be a DJ, just listen.
It's literally like you gotta if you want to play for business purposes. Like for me, I've always looked at like DJing. I love this shit. There's an art form to it. That's why I started. Like that is why I started it, and then I got into it, and then I learned the business part of it, and I was very, very formulated on like, okay, let's make money for this place. Let's do this. Let's do that. Then I learned how to actually like adhere and do that and still have a soul. So you know what I'm saying? That was the part where it was a hard balance to be like, how do I give you guys what you want but not feel like a complete sellout. So it was like, and that's like, you know what I'm saying? Once you find that balance, now we manipulate y'all motherfuckers. Exactly. We control y'all motherfuckers.
Exactly. The ball is... you want to do bar sales tonight or do you want to clear down sales?
I can pick it all.
I can choose. Yeah,
I can choose, motherfucker.
They can stay here for 2 hours or 10 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah, man. That's why I love this shit. I mean, it's not a control thing. It's not a thing like that. It's just like being able to like just provide vibes like
that's what I'm saying.
Is like more than anything just a weird thing. Like you have 2 children.
Yep.
Right? Do you mind asking how old they are?
Yeah, they're 7 and 5.
7 and 5. So you started DJing 6 years, 7, how many? 5, 8 years ago?
10 years.
10 years ago. So you didn't even have these children.
Yeah.
You have a day job? Do you do like something on the
day? I do like photography in the day.
Okay, but it's still like is that like a freelance kind of thing still?
I work with a buddy. Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask you how you managed to have children and still do this whole thing.
Yeah, because I'm like, bro.
Because bro, that shit
schedule is.
I'm not even going front. There might, I'm not even going to talk about it. But like, there's a whole like, you could, you know what I'm saying? There's people that are in your situation or might be in your situation that want to know what the hell's going on.
I haven't slept for 10 years.
Yeah, bro.
You haven't slept for 10 years
since you started DJing. It's just all been a week.
I maybe catch 45 minutes of sleep.
That's it.
Are you serious?
Naps and shit.
No. Honestly, I'm not fronting. I want to know this for a friend.
So when I started DJing, I think like 2 years after I had my first daughter, and I would just dig for music with her. Yeah, that was it. I'd sit her on my lap. I'd sit her on my lap.
Were you okay? But what was your mindset? Like, were you stressed? Did you have money in the bank already? You were good.
You
were like
no.
So you were okay. Run me through this shit.
There's been mad times.
I want to know the breakdown.
Hustle.
I need to know. No, I need to know what like. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You went through the steps. Your wife was like, "Hey, were you this is planned? Was this not planned?" Not to break it down too much, but like I just want to kind of know. I want to know.
Nothing was really prepared for us. And
right.
I think like us coming in, being like younger parents at the time, like it was super stressful, and I didn't have money like that at the time. Like it was like I had to grind for everything because like like when you're first starting out as a DJ, it's like what, like $120
literally
day, right?
Yeah.
So you're just like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? But, like before COVID, with like I'm not even trying to get in trouble from the bank, but I was all right.
Yeah.
Before COVID,
right. You're
like
okay.
if I wanted to just DJ full time and not have a full time job on the side, I could. All right. But yeah, now my kids have been around music so much that I hope like I'm not trying to like push them towards something
100%,
but I wish that I was around music that much,
right?
Because like other than the times that Quake would be over at the crib, wasn't really anything. Like my mom liked Cameo and shit. Like she liked she liked Billy Ocean and shit.
Right.
And I'd like listen to like shit on repeat. Like she was just like every person who's not a DJ. They would just like listen to music they like, and they had a collection, and it was like, and that's what you had access to, right? But like having mad people around.
No, 100%. I can say from like the perspective of being a son of a DJ, like that shit is absolute
big deal.
I appreciate it, and I guarantee your kids will appreciate the fuck out of it because
you're
it's like
exposing them to so many different types.
Literally,
you know what I mean? Like
they will love you for that.
Bro, you're like, this guy's from like England, like makes all these like crazy.
I'm telling you, they're gonna be the coolest motherfuckers because of how much music they know and their music. Like that's what I'm saying.
Listen to this.
Yeah,
I was that guy. I was able to, you know what I'm saying? I put this motherfucker on this and this and this and be like, and I had friends that put me on shit that I could put my mom on too to help her. You know what I'm saying? Get her shit on. So it's like,
then you know.
And then it becomes this thing. It's like a give and take.
Well, the funny thing is like when I went to, I went before the pandemic. I went to school for audio, for audio engineering because I was like, I like want to do this and make my own edits and like tour and shit. Like I just had like all these ambitions at the time, and I remember my instructor telling me like, if a kid likes a song, that's how you know it's a good song. Because if a kid can like find the melody and they like it and they like want to listen to it on a repeat, then you know it's a good song. So I play all the edits in front of my kids, and I ask them.
You're smart.
I go, yo, do you like that? Like, do you like the song? And then they'll just kids are blunt as fuck.
They're
bro.
blunt. They'll tell you the
they're
truth.
at that age. They're like, yo, turn it off.
They have no censor.
They don't care because they don't care.
Yeah.
So like I'll play
you had
all
that,
of them. Yeah, I'll play that shit. Yeah, I'll play my own shit, and I'll ask my daughter, and she's like, "Oh, that's not it," and I'll just fucking delete it. Like, oh yeah,
I've done that.
I just like,
I've done that
cool, it's
sure.
gone. I'll just be like working on something. Like in the last 2 years, like all the edits and shit that I've made in the last 2 years have been in a fucking like I live in an apartment building right now, so I'm like my studio space is between the kitchen and the living room.
Man, if you ever want to come jam in here, you need somewhere to bang out shit. Just come through, man. Fuck
so
that.
I'll be like creating shit. I'm creating shit on my MacBook speakers.
Right.
With fucking RuPaul's Drag Race playing to the right ear, and then my kids yelling around to my left ear, and I'm like,
God, I feel this like my future.
This is it. Yes, this is the pattern I want to use, and I'm fucking, I don't know. So yeah, like I'm gonna wait on the downtime to play it for my kid because my kid's gonna know. Like she's not paying attention the way I'm paying attention. So yeah, like I do that shit all the time. And now like when she grows up, if she wants to be a DJ, then she'll be on some shit that's like other shit. And I really hope one of them.
They probably will.
One of them take. I'm sure one of them will. So. I mean, like, look at me and my mom had 2 kids. I have an older brother, and I mean, he does his thing. He's a crypto genius.
Hey,
he's making us all money, and I'm the music guy. So one of them worked. One of it, one of them's making money. Whichever one you think is gonna be successful, A or B, you pick. But I mean, like, usually there's enough influence in there where it's one of them will be like, this music shit is dope. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to rock with this. But like in the beginning of when like you first were like, okay, we're having this kid. What was your mindset? Were you like, okay, I need to get a full?
I thought I was gonna. I honestly, I thought I was gonna.
I gotta quit. I gotta move on. I gotta
straight up. I thought I was gonna. I thought I was gonna have to quit DJing. I'm not
right.
Gonna lie. Yeah. And like, thankfully, like, my baby mom's like she understood. She was just like, yo, like, she used to come out and like watch me DJ.
Right. That's how she like met you and shit.
I'm not gonna fucking let you quit DJing. You know? Like, even if it's not proper right now, like there's something there that later on it might advance you. You just got to keep going, right? So I just did.
That's good.
And there was like
that's a ride. That's a ride or die.
Mad stressful time.
Of course,
stress. Fucking crazy.
I couldn't imagine.
And I never think about that shit now. Like now, I just like come into a spot and I'm like playing, and you just take it. You literally take that shit for granted sometimes.
You're like, this was literally so this was feeding my family
so long ago, and now it's like one of those things where it's like, this is like we're okay because I do this shit. It's different.
That's amazing. I love that shit. I love to hear that shit, man. That's why I'm digging so deep into it. I'll
that's like inspirational too.
You guys are still like mad young. There's gonna be a time when you think you're on, but then shit like the music starts to kind of shift.
Trust. That happened to me real. That happened to me real.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen when you're like, even when you're 30.
Right.
It happens like 33, 34.
Yeah.
Just starts to shift just a bit, and you're like, what the fuck?
Okay. See, for me, it's like I grew up with my mom pretty much. Yeah. Like my mom's 20 years older than me.
Yeah.
Okay, so. But at the same time, like, as soon as I hit a certain age, like, we were at the same, like, mental space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, I was around everybody she was around. I was around, like, adults.
Interacting with all of them, exactly.
And so, like, I was just, like, taking in all that knowledge. So, like, when we talk now, like, we do the same career. Yeah. We have the same, like, we're in the same headspace. So when me and my mom talk, we're, like, friends. We're, like, business partners. Where we're speaking on shit. And it's just, like, of course, the alcohol starts to hit now. And I don't remember what the fuck I was trying to say.
You guys are on the same page.
What were you saying literally right before?
It shifts when you get older.
So literally right when everything started to shift into like a different like plane and she started to feel it as well.
Yeah.
I was in the same place where I'm like, she started to ask me, she's like, what's like the new music and like all that. I'm like,
well, it's a different time.
I'm just as disconnected as you. Like, I don't know what the fuck is good, what's bad. I don't know.
We've kind of fallen into this weird space right now where music is like cookie cutter TikTok shit.
You can't tell me you know what to play. Like, you can't tell me you know what a brand new song.
For the whole night, right? The crowd was there for you.
Yeah.
You couldn't play everything.
It has to catch, like, a song now has to like really stay with me for like a week.
Literally.
Where I'm like, okay, this is gonna stay in my sound, like in my Serato for more than a year.
Yeah.
But now, like before, I would never have to clear my Serato. Now every January, I go into my Serato and I start taking songs out.
You're smart.
I don't do that from like from radio because like what, like songs become trash like ASAP. Yeah. Like fucking. You're not playing any Tekashi joints.
No, hell no. Not one. If a song has a Tekashi in it,
you don't even play the Tekashi one.
Yeah,
so he's gone.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Like who else? Fucking like Lil Pump. You're not playing a Lil Pump joint now.
Not a single Lil Pump song.
That's what I'm saying. Like so, the time is.
It's changing.
It's a weird
right?
time.
Yeah,
like it's a weird time to be a DJ now.
Yeah,
because like shit's only hot for 3 seconds.
Things don't work. And
like,
and you don't know if it's hot or not anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
And a joint might work in the States
Yep.
right now.
Never work here.
And then it may never work
Or it works here.
I've tried.
You're like, bro, I literally was playing this song last year.
That's what I'm saying. Man.
I've tried. Like, there are songs where I'm like, because I like to like watch sets all the time from like DJs and shit. And I'll be hearing songs. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I want to just see. Yeah. Because the way the crowd reacts to that in the States, I just want to see. Drop it.
Nothing.
Crickets. It doesn't matter where I am.
Shut off, man.
You know how many times I played Gallus?
Oh, before I know.
Oh, yo,
the first time I heard that song, I was like, "This is cemented."
I was able to play the shit out of that. Oh. I had at Raw Bar. I had a young crowd, so like it was all young people. So whenever I dropped that, it was a anthem. So that I had that. That was why Raw was cool because like. That place, y'all, I don't know. But, like, that shit worked out to be like, okay, I can play anything. And it kind of fucked me up as a DJ when I played there because
then you go other places.
I could play, I just built everything. I could play literally anything I wanted there. Yeah, literally. Yeah. Watch your toes.
Yeah.
Up here. But yeah, fuck Rob. Continue on.
I mean, you just cut out. You just jump right out of it.
You just pulled the Rick Ross in the middle of the fucking podcast, just like... Step out.
Step up.
We're good. We're good, yo.
I don't even remember what he was saying.
I was just saying I was able to play like
whatever he wants.
I was able to play in a range where I was able to play anything. Exactly. So from like R&B to like Afro to like literally anything, and it didn't matter. So when I went into other rooms, I would be like,
I can just do this, and
you try it, and then you're like, oh,
never. So that shit kind of fucked me up, but. That room, I was able to play all those songs that you would think should work
pop
and did work,
bro. Like,
but it was just because it was for this like niche little audience.
And it's like we just need to find that niche audience.
So come back.
That's why we gotta make a we gotta make a super fucking.
We'll get there. I spill a drink every podcast. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We get there now. That's how you know it's a good episode.
Yeah, man. Like the time, like as you guys get older, you just feel like you'll feel it shift. And then you start to panic because you're like, am I going to do this for a career my whole life? Because if the music starts to change and it like gets really, really different, then like, am I going to be able to like hang?
Well, like that's the thing I felt when shit started shifting. Like I felt in that vein, I was like, I felt so detached from music.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, the only way I can survive in playing this music out is to like drive home in silence.
Right, so
literally so I don't listen to anything at all, and I like clear my mind, or I drive home and I listen to like 1950s music,
just completely shit I will never listen to
literally 1950s music, or like my old like high school rap playlist that nobody would ever hear or listen to.
Everybody thinks I'm fucking joking when I say like at the end of the night I go home and I listen to Hall & Oates.
Yeah, man, like literally, bro. Sometimes you have to. You have to recycle. It clears your mind. Yeah, like you have to just get that shit out.
And you need it because like that era of music, like the past era of music is real instruments. It's all real
recorded. It's not even perfect because they're offbeat.
There's imperfections to it.
You hear the vinyl.
And it's like it sounds beautiful.
Yeah. It sounds good.
When you come from a night playing like shit now and you go to that and you can just hear that it's not like computer processed. It's like
that's why I listen
to shit you've ever heard in your life.
Nat King Cole. Yeah. Like Stardust, if you ever heard that album, if you ever heard like The Lonely One, a couple tracks like that, motherfucker, the strings, the chords, Astrid Gilberto, she's a Brazilian, oh my god, she's a Brazilian artist from the 1950s. Oh Jesus. Yeah, like I don't even delve that deep. I just need to hit the skim surface of that, and like my whole mind is set.
Yeah.
I can meditate to that shit. I'll be good. But like
those old Brazilian tracks with just like the guitar playing, like just the singing. Man. Wow! Bro, I'll play that on repeat the whole night.
Give me that acapella and let me put that on the ballet thing, and then we're good, bro. We're good, yo.
That's why I kind of fuck with like some edits too, and like some genres of music, like ballet. The reason why I fuck with ballet so much is because they literally take all of the clean sounding sounds that we use in music now, and they're just like, okay, I'm gonna crunch the shit out of it. It's selling. I'm gonna take this sound that shouldn't be repeated, and I'm gonna repeat it, and it's gonna be fucking mad annoying. But you're just like,
over and
over,
and
you don't know what you're saying.
No idea.
No one speaks Portuguese. You're just like, bro.
I watched a documentary on ballet, and like how they took the genre of ballet and then like brought it to the streets, and it's like violence against cops and shit, and like all this shit from where they're from.
Yeah,
that's all I needed to hear. You know, that's
literally
gangster. It's literally
gangster
rap.
Literally.
It's literally gangster rap, but
like
for
perfect.
them, like for where they're from.
That's
so
all I
like,
need.
why the fuck wouldn't we bump this shit? Like, we don't understand
Rebellious
it.
shit.
It's crazy,
Right?
Because like, oh man, I play that shit at work.
Yeah, because like you gotta think.
Looking,
you're like, yo, this
you gotta think like back.
I'm at the computer. I'm like,
Yeah,
you're bumming.
Man,
hey, I'm like,
we pulled up. You ain't even at work, man. You lying.
I'm always at work. I can't play music anymore at work because
You got.
I come into work.
You got
now,
banned.
Oh man, no, I come into work now. I roast these motherfuckers at work, man. I'm like, man, what are we gonna listen to? The Smiths.
This guy works at
Depression
Gravity.
music. You know what I mean?
This guy works at Gravity Pope.
I've heard.
This guy's gotta play Sonic Radio.
One more time.
No, that's the thing. We have the blessing of playing whatever we want.
Yeah.
When I
trying to
worked
quit.
at Urban Outfitters, it was like a curation of like, I've heard a million Hall & Oates, all that.
All the shit. Yeah.
I cannot listen to it because I've heard it 100 fucking million times,
fucking
and I'm like,
Hall &
I
Oates
can't
so
listen to it. I
bad.
can't even like listen to like the Neptunes because like that was the only good players we used to have.
What? You can't listen to the Neptunes?
I not as much,
Fun in
not
the
as
Sun?
not as much as I
Hot
used to.
now or whatever.
All of that,
All that
heard
shit.
it. All
I
of
love
it
it.
on a playlist every because I was like, this is the only fucking purity of music I had to listen to, so I would listen to that shit every single day when we had that playlist.
And I think that's the thing though, because it's like anywhere you've worked, right? Like we all work jobs where they just have the same playlist on repeat, and you're like, yo, I can't listen to any of these songs, like it's trash. So it's the same for us. Like we have to play all this music.
Oh yeah.
Right? Where it's like
the same
playlist. Like, you know, there's.
I feel like I'm going to fucking like. If it was like, I feel like I'm a radio station, like in the mid 2000s when I go to work.
I don't know any
every
DJ,
weekend.
I don't know any DJ, and like now that we have all the DJs in the room, do you still feel good when you drop Mo Bamba?
I don't play it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I will only play it
I don't
if it's
remember
like
when.
I have to.
I don't remember. I can't tell you. I can't tell you last time.
If I look at the room and I'm like, hey, it's
That's what
literally a
I'm
bunch of college
saying.
kids, like I'm gonna play this because.
Do you know how?
Yo! I got a story.
That's it. That's the only.
I got a fucking story
Hit it, bro.
about this song.
Say
Oh
this shit,
my
bro.
god,
Let's
bro.
hear it.
Shit's a meme now.
So Harmon B.
Don't do this.
Harmon B calls me. He's like, yo, bro, I need you to do a school dance for him, like soft. I got you. Go grab the equipment, set it up. I bring my boy Naeem with me. We go. We have like the front, like you know how gyms are, right? They have the main gym, and then they usually have like a upper area, like a stage kind of thing where like they hide a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So we set up there. We have lights, whatever. Starts filling up. It's a Halloween dance. Filling up. I'm playing Halloween music. Midway through, these kids sit on the floor. Sit and start chanting. Mo Bamba, Mo Bamba, Mo Bamba, pressuring me because I'm trying not to play any of this.
In the
this.
school.
It's
How the fuck
yo,
you
it's a
gonna do
junior
this in
high.
school?
Junior high.
Yeah. How are you gonna do it
Are
in
you
the school,
joking?
yo?
Oh, are you joking?
There's no
I
fucking
dropped
way, yo.
every single fucking trap song I could after that. I dropped Mo Bamba. I dropped Look Alive. I dropped everything under.
Those kids was.
Great. They had the best. They had the best school dance they ever
Those
had.
kids went
Ever.
fucking
And I
crazy.
see the teachers, and they're just like,
Yeah.
And the
I'm
teachers,
like-
they hear a word and they're like, ooh.
yo, they're singing. They're singing those
They know the
lyrics.
songs. They know the
They're
songs.
singing those lyrics.
You know what? It's
and
fun.
I have the clean versions, and they're bleeping the clean version. They bleep it out. I just hear. I'm like,
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'm like, it's not my fault. I'm like, I looked at my buddy, and he looked at me. He's like, if you don't play it, this
They're
whole
not-
thing is
yeah.
done.
They're gonna you're
I'm
gonna
like-
lose them. Yeah.
I got.
It's such a-
That's
They
it, bro.
requested it like 30 times before I played it. I was like, I'm like, do you want me to lose my job as a DJ
Yo.
completely with this
Meanwhile,
dude?
you started playing Monster Mash.
That's such a
yeah, that's
That's
yeah,
how I started it. I started it with Thriller.
That's such an interesting time because like now the trap thing is the radio shit.
Pressure.
It's the radio shit, right?
The
Like,
trap thing's the radio shit. So
Yeah,
right now
100%.
You have to play.
Oh, I have to. Top 40 is
is
hip-hop.
trap shit.
Yes.
hip-hop.
When I was DJing at high schools and junior highs for Metropolis, I was playing fucking EDM. Remember when
Yeah,
EDM was
EDM was the
You play
lit.
EDM remix.
like
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj
And it was
like
all the
Rihanna
Yeah.
EDM shit, and it was
We found
easy.
love, all
Oh, that shit was
was
killing.
easy.
That shit was killing.
That's
Yeah,
what's fun.
you could just go. You could just do a fucking kids joint easily.
Oh,
man.
nowadays,
easy.
Now you gotta watch your step.
Now you can.
you got it, because these kids will pressure the shit. I've never been pressured like that in any gig ever by any white woman, by any group of bridesmaids. I've never been pressured. You know what? That was 45 kids sitting in a circle, no, bum, bum.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You literally got bullied by kids.
I got bullied,
bro. It'd be like that.
When I was in junior high, and Quake and Harmon used to come and DJ our junior high dances.
Same.
We used to fucking harass them and play Rough Riders anthem.
I'm crying.
I was in grade 7.
No way!
So it's literally that's what's happening now is what was happening.
Yeah, because they were playing that. Yeah.
And they used to do all ages parties, and they were playing shit off Clue tapes and shit.
Oh,
I was in it
that's crazy.
That's
my
insane.
My first club night out was in all
I'd
ages.
be going nuts. I love that.
I was in grade 9, and it was the first time that I heard Crazy Notion by Beanie Man. I was in grade 9.
I already lost my mind, bro.
In grade 9, an all ages party, and
Yeah,
there's
see,
just junior high kids fucking dancing to dance hall.
Yeah.
And fucking Crazy Notion. I was like,
that shit don't happen.
That's crazy.
Most of us want to hear some whack ass music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It was a different time then.
I grew up in the wrong time period. I know that for sure.
Bro.
That shit was wild.
Even if I was 7.
Yeah, we used to go to those underage parties and then come home and we'd watch Much Music and Beanie Siegel on there.
Yeah, yo.
And the whole rock as they were coming up over the 2000s.
My thing was
I was growing up then.
When I was watching Much Music and shit, I remember it was J. Cole was crazy to me. I'd watch him and I'd be like, who's this Toronto ass rapper, man? I'd watch him on Much Music, I'd be like, who's this Toronto rapper, man? He'd be doing the Who Dat video and whatever, and I'd be watching him, like, this guy's sick. And I'd watch it, and I'd learn about all these motherfuckers through the Much Music, all the videos that were playing.
Yeah.
And I'd always think everybody was from Toronto. I'd just sit there and be like, man, Toronto has some crazy artists. Because, I don't know, I'd be like, man, this is crazy. I don't know why. For some reason in my brain, it was if you're on Much Music, you are from Toronto. And then, slowly but surely, I think I was 11 or 12 or some shit like that. That's how I was
just watching A$AP Rocky on Much Music.
You literally man, this guy from Toronto. Easy. Peso is nuts, bro.
Fucking Berg and Yams.
I was like, damn, this is
what block of Toronto?
Man. And then when I grew up and I learned, I'm like, man, I'm an idiot. I'm like, North Carolina's so far away from Toronto. I was like, god damn.
Atlanta, what?
I was like, what? Bro, that's
so crazy that in the time that you were growing up, J. Cole was on Much Music.
Yeah.
That was Who Dat.
First time I ever saw J. Cole was on Chappelle's block party, and he was in the crowd watching fucking Chappelle and Kanye West and shit.
That's crazy.
He was the kid in the crowd
watching
them.
That wasn't the first time I heard J. Cole, which is nice. Yeah. That was the first time I saw him on actual TV music video. Yeah. He's made it, and then I was keen to him, and I heard about the Come Up and all that shit.
Yeah.
Because he's one of my favorite artists, and from then I was playing Red Steel. I remember I was playing on the Wii. I don't know if y'all know that game, man. That shit was legit, bro. Yo, man. And I listened to the Come Up front to back.
Yeah.
And I beat the game while I was listening to the album and shit, and that solidified that album for me. It wasn't even an album; it was a mixtape. Yeah, and then from there, I just kept following that motherfucker up and up and up. J. Cole is the GOAT to me, and it's funny that I had no idea anything about him when I first saw him. I was like, this nigga's from Toronto. I heard his mixtape. I was like, this nigga's from Toronto. All this shit. Yeah. I wasn't even listening properly. Yeah. He's talking about North Carolina, Fayetteville, all this shit. I'm like, man, Fayetteville, Ontario is crazy.
Crazy
ass borough.
Crazy, bro.
Nah, man. Yeah. But that time period was when Much Music. That was how I found out about a lot of my own shit. Yeah. It was Rap City and all that kind of shit.
Bro, 4:00. Much Music first thing. I literally watch it until I go to sleep.
Much Music, BT.
It was literally for that first until dinner time, bro. It'd just be music videos, new music, artists, all that.
It was what was it? New music. It was some new. It was
Music
new music
Fridays.
New Music Fridays.
Right?
Fridays. They would always have new stuff.
I remember Monday. My Monday schedule as a kid would be watch Monday Night Raw And then go to Much Music and watch Rap City.
110, yo, that was me too. I'd beat the shit out of my pillows.
It was combo ever.
I'd beat the shit out of my pillows and then start rapping, freestyling with the shit, like going. I'd be like, yo, I'm maybe a rapper.
That's so crazy that the kids probably are like they're probably having the same experiences that we were having in junior high.
Definitely
now, because like.
With what though? With YouTube and shit.
Like but with YouTube and with TikTok and shit.
The thing is, like, they can do it on demand. Yeah, we had to wait.
Dude,
we didn't pick and choose. When
I got to grade 7, I didn't even like. I lived in Mill Woods.
Hey, represent
in like the 90s. So like it was like grunge.
Yeah, it was
like grunge was the thing.
Oh yeah,
early 90s. So I got to grade 7. And I was like the only black kid out of.
Where did you go to school?
I went to St. Hilda, and then I went to Holy Trinity.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I went John Paul II, St. Hilda, Holy Trinity.
Okay, yeah.
Or John Paul 1. And yeah, so I got to St. Hilda, and then like the kids were like little badass kids there at the time. But I was like listening to like Smashing Pumpkins and shit. Like I wasn't even like deep into like rap like that. Like, like I listen to Tupac sometimes, like Bone Thugs and Harmony, but like, I would listen to like
I feel like that's
like Garbage and fucking like Bush X and shit that. Shit. Like I was like listening to like that shit,
grungy,
like grunge shit.
And shit, yeah.
And then there's just like this one Spanish kid named Steve, and he was like, "I got this tape for you." And I took the tape home, and it was like the Rough Riders Ride or Die Volume 1.
Oh shit!
Damn.
And I was like,
what?
DMX, yeah.
Fuck is
that was
this?
the shit. You went. How old were you at that time?
I was in grade 7, so 12.
I was
12.
like,
that's crazy.
how old, you're 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 3 or 4.
3, yeah.
And I heard like, I remember because DMX was one of my favorite rappers when I was that age.
Yeah.
Literally like
so
influence all over.
He was even like, because he was probably like one of the early rappers to be on the radio too.
Yeah,
100%.
Right? Like one of like the harder rappers that was actually like spitting
Ludacris,
bars on the
Nelly.
radio.
Yeah, Ludacris was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Nelly for
same.
sure.
Yeah,
number one spot is one of my favorite anthems.
Yeah, for real. But
no.
like, so I get this tape from this kid, and I was like, what the fuck is this? So I come back the next day, he's like, yo, I got another one for you. Flesh of my flesh.
Oh my god.
And then that was it, man.
Yeah,
like after that shit, that's all I listened to from junior high until the end of high school was all hip hop and R&B and dance hall.
Definitely.
And it was like the best time to be a part of it.
Because that's like the golden era,
That was like golden era. Like, we're still playing
hitters,
shit from
bro.
there.
Literally, those are the songs that move crowds
Still, bro.
Could you imagine like hearing like fucking like hearing some of Jay-Z's joints like as a kid?
Bro.
Like when Black Album came out, I had a fucking MP3 player in grade 12. Yeah. And like mad kids would be like, yo, plug the MP3 player on, we share headphones and listen to fucking Black Album for the first time.
Hell yeah, man.
Like
Lucifer?
the craziest shit.
Lucifer was my joint, bro. Lucifer and Allure.
Bro, the first time I heard Allure,
I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, oh my god.
How old was I? I don't even know how old I was.
Crazy.
I was like 6.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is magic. I was letting out because my mom had in her room, she had it was like a 6 CD like switcher.
Oh yeah.
And it had 2 speakers like subwoofers, and so I'd sit there and she had the Black Album and she had the Chronic 2001 and she had the first Ludacris album.
Oh yeah.
And I had those 3 in there. Whenever I was in there, those are the only 3 that were in there. And Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah,
that was it. I played those 4 albums and I would just pick. And I'd switch. I'd play one song and I'd switch to the next song. And I'd switch to another CD. And I'd switch to another CD. And literally, when I played like that shit, fucking every song that I like, actually like when I have a flashback was in that room I listened to for the first time.
That's crazy.
That was my first set.
Probably.
Literally, bro.
I was about to say that.
This CD changer, bro.
I was literally switching CDs, bro.
Yeah,
I was like,
Catch
bro,
the 6 deck.
I didn't even know it, bro. I was just like, I just want to hear this song now. I just want to hear Housewives now. I was like, yo, and I was at the point where I didn't even understand this shit. And it was at like, for me, I don't know how big music videos are for you guys.
Huge.
But for me, it's like I had the Ready to Die. Biggie Smalls. Yeah. There was like a deluxe kind of thing. It had the CD and then it had a DVD with it. Yeah. And the DVD had every music video for every song that was on the album.
Oh, he made a music for every song.
Well, it was like
crazy.
Pretty much. I felt like it was like almost every fucking song. You put that shit in, and I would watch like the Victory music video over and over again. I'd watch with like Busta and shit. I'd watch More Money, More Problems. I'd watch like every video on there. I'd sit there and I'd just watch, and it was just like a religious thing, like every day. And like those are the only things I remember was just like those moments, and then just like creeping downstairs and my mom would like be playing music, and this is like her beginning of when she was like just learning how to like DJ. She bought like CDJs for herself, and like figured it out. Like there's if you look, I released music, so the first song I ever dropped, P&D freestyle, whatever, the cover art is me like with a karaoke mic. I'm a little kid, and that was the studio. Like it has all of her favorite albums on the wall behind me, and like the whole setup. There's a big cigarette pack next to me. She used to set, like that shit was like the foundation. So like, yo, man, when you talk about that time period of that's what it brings me back to. It's like time period. Learning, like that was when I was learning about music, and I was like, I was young. Yeah. But I'm still conscious to remember those times, to be like, yo,
time to be growing up in it, man.
Literally.
The budget for like music videos too, like they had like Little X and Hype Williams. It was like $1 million. Everything videos. Looked like a movie.
Literally, they're dancing in the fucking space station. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, it was insane.
The Whoa video.
Like the only time you'd see people flex too, right? Like, there was nothing.
My whole cheesy ass style in clothes and shit in high school was off of rap.
I was Rockaware, Sean John, everything.
Everything.
The
fucking short, like when Ja Rule came out with the fucking visor, and he was like, I need a visor.
I had one. I flipped it upside down. Hell yeah, motherfucker. That's what.
Not protected from no sun.
My shit was baby blue too. I had the baby blue one. I was like, bro, fuck out of here.
That's why I always crack the joke. I was like, I wish I had I wish time machines existed now so I can go back and whoop my own ass. I can't even imagine me walking down the street looking like,
bro, I had her too, bro. That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm dressed.
Upside down visor and two wristbands that match the visor.
The Nike wristbands.
In the basketball jersey and ball shorts, like you're about to go play. But the longest. I'm a kid. I can't wear this shit. I'm flopping around.
I'd always make sure my hair was cornroad like fucking AI, because like AI was the man like back then.
Biggest influence. I had and one everything too, bro. Literally my first, like I had Jordans and ones.
Like you're on too, bro.
You feel good. You feel elusive.
Don't even care.
It don't even matter.
And one.
I sucked at ball so much, but I was and one out. I had the headband.
Bro, the headband. You had the headband. Lucky.
I had the headband. Oh, that shit was nice. Man. I'm telling you, those are simpler times.
Times, bro.
The hell, now I gotta pay taxes.
Same as $87 for what?
I gotta take artists out of my fucking Serato.
Artists out, you got kids. Jesus. That's a wild time. Life has gone from simple times to traverse obstacles, man. Jeez.
Just mad obstacles.
Nah, man, but you've done a good job, man. You've done a great job. You're still on the way. Where's the journey going? What do you want out of it? What's the end goal?
You know what? I'm kind of cool where I'm at. I just I want to find like-minded people.
That's what's up.
In the timeline, like you guys.
Yeah, man. You're on the.
And I just want to watch it just repeat itself, and then hopefully y'all find somebody younger, and you're like, yo, this is. And it just keeps going. So then when it's time to walk away, it's it wasn't just for myself, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's weird when you just DJ for yourself and shit. It just feels weird. There's no end goal if you're doing it that way. Right. To me, anyways.
I feel you.
Other people might feel a different way because but when you clock in, clock out, do whatever. If you're just doing it for yourself, it never ends. And then there's gonna be a time. Because if y'all see me coming into the club at 65 years old, and I'm like,
or if you and your daughter you and your daughter pull at the same time.
You know what I'm saying?
We gotta have a talk. We gotta have a talk.
Shayne,
y'all are gonna have to carry.
Go home.
DJ Bad
Boy. Bad Boy, walk out the
bar. But that's what I'm saying. I can't It's a scary thought because it's sense,
but it could happen.
It could happen.
I see it happening for myself. I can't see myself.
And there's mad no disrespect to old DJs because
There's so many of like the
DJs
DJs we still look up.
fucking
Yeah,
godly.
Yeah.
Even house DJs, there's
I'm
mad
saying
girls
girls
yeah,
in their
yeah,
60s,
100%.
they're godly. But like, I don't know, like that's with the intention of just being where you are right now and not thinking like it could be more, right?
Right. 100%.
Yeah. If it had to be what it is now, then I just want to see everybody else come up the same way.
I feel
and
like
then everybody brings everybody up too, right?
Yeah. And just kill like, because I feel like there's a lot of hostility in
the
DJing
community.
in our community specific to our genres,
Right.
Because it's all divided and like whoever burnt whoever and whatever, like whatever goes down, we're the after effect of that.
100%.
Right? Because you grow up in your own cliques.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't fuck with them.
Exactly. There's
my
things.
clique.
Yeah, there's history that
Yeah.
you think that now is.
But it's not. It's not yours.
No, it
and we
isn't.
need to break that shit.
I hate it.
Yeah.
That's what I hate the most. I'm like, there's division in between people that have no division because of only they affiliate off of affiliation.
Yeah.
Which, at the end of the day, like, there are people like my mom always told me because she's a DJ that has been in the scene. She's like, there are people that don't like me and they're not gonna like you because they don't like me. She's told me that, and I'm like,
you'll be the nicest DJ.
Yeah, you could be
it
nice.
does, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that's fine. I get it, but at the same time, like, there's things we got to break out of that because
if you can't recognize a DJ being nice, regardless of what the situation is, I can't trust you.
100%, 100%.
But I think you have to make that sacrifice for the culture,
right?
Yeah,
That's what
that's
it
the
is.
thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
it's all about that at the end of the day. And I mean, like, that's why I appreciate you guys even stopping through being here. You guys jammed out. You've been here for like 7 hours, bro. So like, thank you. I appreciate.
You pulled him at 4.
Yeah, like literally, that's why I'm like, I've kept this guy for like so long, so we gotta wrap this up real quick. But like, at the same time, I really appreciate everything that you guys do for the community, that you guys are going to do with pushing forward. I mean, like, we're going to
working together. Yeah,
that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
And I love it because it's something that's why I started to do this more often, to reach out to people like outside of just my little circle. Is like, I want to be able to make sure everybody feels like, yo, this isn't like a thing that is exclusive and like, you know, we only do this blah blah blah. Like, I don't associate with all y'all and whatever. I want to expand the circle as far as the circle wants to be reached, right? Like, and we can grow it with people that are like you know what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for? Connected,
like-minded.
They like-minded. They have the skills.
Yeah.
They are actually going to do this, and they have the feasibility. I don't know if that's a word. They can fucking make it happen.
Yeah, they make it happen.
And I'm
all you young
excited about
people,
that.
I'm looking at you in the fucking camera. All you young people, it's okay to like more than one DJ in the city.
That's what I'm saying.
Would you say?
Nobody can like more.
Don't listen to this.
It's fine, right?
It is
delusional.
Like,
And the thing is, it's old and delusional.
I was gonna see now. Get the fuck out of here. But it's okay. It's okay.
It is very okay.
It's okay to like. It's okay to be seen in a club with older DJs because they have a wider amount of music. It might be shit that you've never heard in your life that you love, but you just didn't get there yet.
Like, honestly,
Love the music, but like, you know, love the craft. Man.
Yeah.
too as well.
Yeah,
right? Like that's the big thing.
We gotta
It's
cut
like,
this like Edmonton's too cool for shit.
Yeah.
Post up and you're too cool for shit.
hate that shit.
Exactly.
That's what
Nobody
bottle
else in
service is.
any other city does that.
No,
It's
I've
like
been
they only
to.
want the top shit when it's like, no, we're like the underground
Like,
stuff.
yeah.
That's supposed to be at
Stop
YG.
it. It's embarrassing.
Literally.
And then
It is.
when you're stuck and you think you're doing something with it, like go down to Cali, go to the Bay, go humble yourself.
Yeah, and
bro.
see, like, yo, be like, okay.
Even any like, there's so many other places you can go and just get that experience. And
It's like, what, you're gonna walk into one of the biggest spots in Toronto and hear music you don't know, and then be like, this place is whack.
this place is whack.
that
No,
shit's
that'd be the
ass.
hardest spot in Toronto. If people were like, yo, this is one spot you go and they
Yeah.
don't play they play Drake Edits, whatever, all this
Yeah,
shit.
that'd be the
People are
best
going
spot.
there,
Yeah,
right?
because they get to hear something different.
Yeah.
Let me
Like,
tell you
there's 6
something.
other blocks or 6 other clubs down the block that play the same thing.
As a
Tourist spots.
as a
Tourist
patron,
spots, for real, yeah.
as a patron in Edmonton, all I implore you to do is just go out to different spots. Even if it's not your vibe, like just walk in, feel it out, see what it is.
Yep.
maybe you're gonna fuck with it. Like that's the thing. It's like most people or like stay there for more than 5 fucking minutes. Like feel out a place, grab a drink, sit down, and like what's that gonna do? That's gonna cost you what, maximum $12. Yeah, because some places might be.
And you're gonna find a spot. If there's a spot that you go to on the regular and you're comfortable with the shit, then you don't have to worry because you're gonna go back. You're just gonna go back there find it anyways. You're gonna find what you're looking for anyways.
Like going to the same spot every single weekend.
Broaden your horizons.
Even just like as a DJ, it's like I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be playing like quite a few of the same songs.
Where are we going? Beer cave. Oh, where are we going? The Pint. Oh, where are we going? This place, that place. Dude. Yo, employ yourself. I'm a DJ at the Pint. I'm gonna tell you, go somewhere else.
Like, you can always come
if
back.
you don't want, like that's the thing. That's the thing. We're always gonna be here.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you want to hear something else, go somewhere else and
here.
Find it.
Yes, go listen to him DJ. Go listen to him DJ because we're all gonna play different things too.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So like, please tell them where you guys are at. Tell them where they can find you on some nights and where they can hear some new shit, which is what I'm trying to tell these motherfuckers to do. So tell them where they can go, man.
Yeah, I spin. My name is Lugz, so at L_UGZ on everything. I spin Common on 109th on Wednesdays. I have a monthly there as well. Usually first Friday. It's like an international night, so UK, Bali, Afrobeats, Latin, everything except for
everything. My memory stick, bro. I got music.
Shut the hell up.
Stuff that's from here, pretty much. So I do that. I also spin at a cocktail bar called Pablo that's on Jasper Ave too. So I'm there on Saturdays. And then I pick up gigs too. So follow and you can find me when I'm spinning.
Yes. Go to Pablo's, get liquored up.
Bro. You go to Pablo's?
Spot, yo.
You don't go there.
I've been there.
When?
A few times.
That's a liar, bro.
On Saturday.
2.5. I think I might not have seen you on Saturday. I think I went on Friday. I think that was the one thing.
Only Saturdays, man. You gotta go on Saturday, bro.
What are you doing?
This man doesn't even see me DJ, so he ain't seen nobody.
I have been to the Pine enough.
Never once when I've been there. Never seen me at the Common.
I know what the mix is.
Never been anywhere.
I've seen the
He has to come when we're spinning at the Common then. July 8th.
I'll come to the Common.
He's not gonna come.
I'm not gonna be here.
I'd love for him to show up. I would love that. I would love that. He won't be.
At least he's honest. He's not gonna be here. That's fine.
That's fine. All right, Shayne. Tell him where you're at, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Shaynestartedit on all socials.
Yes.
I'm at Baijo on Saturdays. I'm kind of floating around on Fridays right now.
Come play with me one day, man. He motherfucker doesn't want to play at the Pint. He doesn't want to get it. He's like, I just left.
This man sends me the text like last week, right? So we're chopping it up to like go on the podcast, and he's like, "Yo, man, if you want to play a night at the Pint,
bro, he offers that to me all the time. I'm like, why do you think?
He's like, you want to play a night at the Pint with me?
Nobody wants to come play with me.
Guy, that was the most hesitant text I sent him. I was like, yeah.
Maybe
I knew immediately. I knew from the delay of response time, and I knew from how he responded. I knew how he responded.
26 minutes of me in my car like this.
And I knew how he responded that he did not want to play at the Pint. But like the thing is, you don't have to play alone. Like all I'm saying,
but you still have to play.
I'm just saying, come. You know, I'll be. You could be like, it's like the Common. You could go roll around on the ground if you want. If you like,
take your 2 hour.
Do whatever you want to do. You could take 3 hours.
He just needs you for the washroom break. That's it.
I just need you to be able to be there to press play for me when I do. That's all I'm saying.
You don't even have to.
And you get still half the money. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Do you spin on Fridays and Saturdays?
I have the contract for Friday, Saturdays, and I'm about to have it. What I want to do is start a Thursday that's more like different.
More what?
Different. I just want to play like random shit because like there's nobody like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
In there.
Yeah, I know.
Not in a bad way, but like there's not like people that are looking for like a specific party vibe on like a fucking Thursday. So if they're in there and they're doing the thing, and then you can cultivate people to be like, hey, just come to this spot. We have a spot, and I'm going to cultivate it. It's not what the regular spot would be, but we're going to do something awesome.
Like, you know, the most random spot that has like a bump at night during the week is On the Rocks with their Latin night on Thursdays.
Yeah, see, I've heard that.
It's been like that. It's been instilled
which
forever,
is crazy.
Forever.
It's On the Rocks, you walk in, it's like a rock bar.
Yo,
like, what am I doing here? But then Spanish music the whole night, and it's bumping on a Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's where it's like, you just got to bring something that people won't expect. And it's at a place where they're going to have cheap liquor.
Yep.
They have food. They have
like
they have
music,
a big they have a big thing. They have a good sound system, and it's just like, well, fuck it. Oh, crazy. You know, you laughed when I said good sound system. It's kind of good. It's all right sound system. Why are you so against coming to play with me at the Pint? I just want someone to help me.
Bro, if you saw this guy at home and away, you'd understand.
I know.
Bro, this guy hated his life. He was
that's
like,
why
I need to leave.
we had conversations. We didn't talk about that, but like at the same time, like it's different there. People have respect. This guy has to pee every time he ever does anything ever. Anyways, we're at the tail end of the podcast. Can you tell them anything special coming up with you two? Anything you guys have in the works? Everything you want them to check out?
Just check out, social SoundCloud,
the social
music.
Same, man.
And then come check us out when we're out.
Oh, fucking JL.
Yeah,
yo, man, sell some tickets, man.
27. Yo, come on, man. Fucking selection.
That's why I don't understand. Like, he's amazing.
Yeah,
he's an amazing DJ. So if you guys have a chance to grab or secure some tickets, that is the 27th of May.
Friday, yeah.
Friday the 27th of May. Yeah. If I wish I had it off because I've wanted to meet him. I wanted to go to. They hired him for the Hush Party in Vancouver.
Yeah.
The week before COVID happened.
Yeah.
He shelled it. He's a fucking amazing DJ.
He's a beast, yo.
This guy can sing too. This guy
he has great songs.
True artist, yo. Yeah, he's crazy.
So if you have a chance, if you're not working or DJing, like
and if you want to hear some new music, because you won't hear that
anywhere else,
there's no way.
Since we're all locked down to your Edmonton standards,
bro.
It's okay. We'll change y'all eventually. Look out for something new coming from a collective coming to you soon, like Neighborhood Spider-Man. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode. You're about to fuck that whole shit up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Self-Care Sunday. Hit me with some bombs or something, Dylan. Just. And I guess that's it.
Wow.
It's like I never left.